Crusher!
He's trying to guide believers to what he truly thinks is right. He's reading from a manuscript of scientific lore. Throw away the red book, you don't need it anymore. Tree crusher, the lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the brief. A dead day is skipping, we all know what that means. He's lurking in the shadows and crushing all your dreams. Going to land. Don't believe in cryptids that leave footprints in the sand. Don't believe in spirits appearing from the dead. The only demons out there are living in your head. Dream crusher, the Lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the brief. A dead is skeptic, we all know what that means. He's lurking in the shadows and crushing all your dreams. Dream crusher, the Lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the brief. A dead is skeptic, we all know what that means.
Everybody, what's this? Holy crapola!
What is going on in here?
Who are you? Get off my screen.
I'm good. Oh wow. Wow. Kind of welcome for a guest or a co-host is this?
Get off.
Wow. All right, it was fun. This is what you get for winning.
It was good while it lasted. Hello, everyone. Hello. It's Friday night. And Friday night, Donna's here. John without an H is here. Blast Rights right out of the gate. She's hitting us with 10 months. Awesome. Thank you so much. I do have to say, Blast Rights, I owe you a bottle opener. You and Pharaoh Gothgal and Panda, I forget the rest of her name, but you guys won like a while back, and I was going to do a new design, and then I got super busy here. And I kept remembering, but I wasn't able to make them. So they are still on my list.
Maybe this weekend.
Literally at the top and the only thing on my list. So I will get to them.
Damn it, Bob's in the house.
Damn it, Bob.
Oh, wait, Kenny, look.
I wish I had a sign.
Rob Linklater, 20 pounds. 20 pounds. I think that's 20 pounds, right? 20 pounds for some special Christmas tea right here. Special tea. I've already been pre-gaming, so I'm starting to feel it.
Already?
It's required when you talk.
I put quite a bit in there. So anyway, couple things. First, we got John without an H here tonight as a co-host because we did a show a while back, and yeah, we spun the wheel because he won, and he won a co-host position. So. Here he is. And after I screwed up scheduling,
right,
and then we had a family
issue.
Emergency thing that we had to reschedule. So this is the third attempt, and we succeeded because he's here.
We did it.
Everybody say hi and send some love for John without an H.
Hello.
I do want to say I'm going to go through real quick and say hi to some people. I might not get to everyone. I apologize. There's a lot of people in here.
Somebody that you sent a book to?
Oh, and my book that you can regift if you. Wait, I sent it books. I sent books.
When did you send them? A long time ago, or
like 2 weeks ago, maybe?
That could be still in the mail, depending on where it was going.
It might be, because I'll check on them, because I did.
He was late.
Yeah, I mean, I was late. I was late sending them out, so it might still be in the mail. But I'll check on it tomorrow. I'll ask Vance.
Tomorrow's Saturday, sweetie.
Oh, I'll wait till Monday. Well, if I'm here, Vance might show up. Vance shows up all the time. Like, I can always count on him. Like, if I'm in here, especially if I'm, I think I'm alone and I'm singing at the top of my lungs because I think no one's here.
Oh
That's when he pops up at the door and goes, "Hey!" But he's probably watching now. But I'll check to see, because I'm pretty sure I sent them out, but I might have messed up. And then let me say hi to some people. Dragon Ranger is here. Leanne the Cleaner Parazone. Let's see. What's that? Calandra.
Drink.
Calandra. Drink. That's why I can't pronounce the name. Oh, Cat Max in the house. It's date night. Wait. Oh my God, it's a tiara.
Grace Wright says they got a book. Did you mismail it?
Oh.
Were they supposed to get a book? Did you
I
send people?
I was also supposed to get a book.
Wait,
somebody was supposed to.
No, you weren't. Shut up, bitch.
Okay, so this one is Canada. It could be tricky. You're right.
And the border. Oh, yeah, that might be a problem, because I know it did come up that it might be an issue, sending stuff there. So we'll see. But Blast Right's got a book.
That's what she said.
Were you supposed to get a book?
She could have won more than once too. I mean,
maybe
you are behind.
Or did I screw that one up? Where's my? Let me see here. Winner. Oh wait. So.
Blast Right says nope.
Oh, well then I sent the book to the wrong person.
Just the bookmark. Blast Right was supposed to get the bookmark.
Oh, okay. Oh, I really screwed up.
Well, what book did you send out?
I don't know. I don't know what I sent out.
Blast Right. What book did you get?
Yeah, what book did you get?
That's funny.
Here, looking for the miracle. So she got the Joe Nickel book.
Oh, okay. Was I supposed to send that out to her? I don't know. Rational Rules. Now I got to look. Okay. All right.
Can you F this up big time? You need a secretary.
I do.
Status quo, I see.
Yeah.
I don't have a budget for a secretary. So
you need me a few days a week to come over and do your crap.
Take care of my work for me, because I obviously I'm not good at it.
All this chaos, and we haven't gotten to the rules yet. I know, Kevin.
I know. You know what? I'm gonna skip
That's
it.
why there is chaos.
Look, wisdom. Yeah. Look, you get a book. You get a book. Everybody gets a book.
Get the fucking book. Well, then oh shit. Now I got to go through my notes, because that's
don't worry about it, Kenny. We'll get back to it.
I know.
He'll look at it.
I hate screwing up like that.
Anybody that didn't get something,
I'm just going to send shit out to everybody
on my list.
Because I do keep a list of addresses, so that's why I was like, I need Pharaoh Goth.
Okay, so instead of putting a Q in front of it, put a W for winner, and tell me what you're supposed to get.
Oh, everyone's gonna because I would. I'd be like, W, $1 million.
Well, no, he has the names written down. So
I have them on my notes somewhere. Yeah. I just got to look for them.
But what were you promised? I
think I'm just gonna send out a whole bunch of shit to everyone that's on my list already. Because every time I do send stuff out, I usually
Tim
say
bottle
obscure
cracking.
reference, man.
Nice.
Oh my God! All right, let's go over the rules. I'm going to skip everything and just go right to the rules. And tonight, since we have a co-host, he's going to read the rules. So I'm going to put him up on screen, block his head.
John wants some chocolate bars.
There you go. So go ahead. You take it away.
So rule number 1 is we encourage you to ask questions, especially tonight, because it's an open mic night. And this is like driven totally by your questions. So it can be whatever. I do not care. Ask whatever. down for it. And make sure you put a Q. Well, that's 4. We're skipping. So I'm not going to skip. I'm not going to skip.
No, you know what, John? I told him he should have put it up there.
It's a little confusing, right? But it's fine. It's fine.
He should.
It's
you're
fine.
talking about questions, and you should put a Q in front of it while you're at.
Right. Great minds think alike.
Rearrange rules.
Good job.
Okay.
Number
Wait,
2.
there's a Kenny Land? Oh, I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
Stop
you read the
cutting him
rules.
off.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I forgive you, Donna. It's okay. Kenny's
Thank you.
We haven't got to be nice yet, so I know why Kenny's being mean. But number 2 is we don't know everything. It's more so Kenny definitely doesn't know everything. But I also don't know everything as well. But Kenny, this guy.
I don't know shit.
There's a little bit missing up here, if you know what I mean. But
you are going away.
wow. But Kenny does a great job of looking up your answers, and I will too. If I have an answer I don't know, I will look it up and I will get back to you as well, because that's what I do also. Definitely don't know everything, but I know some people. Patrick Swayze rule: be nice.
Yes.
Kenny and I are allowed to not be nice to each other because that's our secret language. We're actually being nice to each other.
Yes.
But be nice. Don't be mean to each other. I know there are paranormal skeptics and people in between in here. So be nice in the comments and have open conversations. And here's number 4, which I've already been over, but we're going to say it again. Start your questions with a capital Q, like Q, and then the question makes it easier for us to find your questions. And number 5, most important rule, especially when you're hanging out with this guy: drink up,
baby,
and have fun,
or smoke
and learn.
There we go. All right, let's take this off and put on the special.
Let's see him.
Should
There
we
you
do
go.
it? I know we don't need the special guest because he's not.
He's a co-host. You have a
Let's
co-host.
go
one.
right to open mic night.
Don't you have a
I don't have a co-host.
I think I'm getting upgraded.
Put that on your list.
I should have.
Make a co-host.
I mean, I will say, like, the last couple of weeks, actually the last 2 months, and I'm not supposed to talk about it, but there's been a big project here, which if you follow me on TikTok, you already know about it because I talk about it all the time on there because nobody that works here follows me on there. So that's my workaround. But it's been all consuming, literally all consuming. I come in here and my entire day is working on this project, which is not, shut up, Tim. It's not the investigations that I've been doing or making videos or writing articles. It's a different project. So I've been so far behind on everything else that I haven't been able to get to some of the stuff I wanted to. Like, I did want to make a co-host frame for tonight, and I didn't have time because I've been here for 9-10 hours easy a day, and then going home and kind of just vegging, and even working at home because this project has had a deadline that we missed, and then another deadline
that we missed.
And then finally we hit the 3rd deadline. So anyway, so first of all, don't talk about. Anyway, so as John alluded to, tonight is open mic night, and we're taking your questions. If you guys have questions, you can put them in there. You're going to get 2 opinions, 2 answers, 2 bullshit answers from 2 perspectives, which I think are probably fairly similar. But
yeah, I'm always here to help you out.
Yeah, Donald's always here to contradict me. You know, if it's getting a little light on, you know, entertainment, then she can stir up the banter and argue with me. So
is that what I do?
Yeah. You'd be like, I don't think so. Like, okay.
Here we go.
That's what I say in my head.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
I know you, babe.
Mm-hmm.
You think I don't, but I do.
Oh, I know you know me. That's why
I hope away. You know each other. That would be kind of strange if you didn't.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, let's see. This is the last this is the last show before Christmas. Not
yes,
that I care.
it is.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't really do anything. I do have a hat that's over on the wall, but I'm not putting it on.
But for Christmas, we'll be doing something. Right?
You looked for yours?
I couldn't find mine. I looked for it, but
I have one. It says Krampus on it. What did you say?
But for Christmas, we'll be doing is something special.
We will? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we will. Oh, I'm going to give it a plug. For those of you that know, Beardo from Beardo Gets Scared, the YouTube channel, he does this. I know he did it last year. I don't know if he's done it before that, but last year he did this. He's doing it again this year. It is a No One Alone on Christmas. I think we're up to like 14 hours or something like that.
Yeah, it goes to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's
Look, he's
where
in the house.
it's I see. It's beard night. That's right. Need a
Every
beard.
night should be good night.
So basically what he does is he gets together a schedule and puts it out. I think it starts at like 10 a.m. his time. So he's over in Wales in the UK. So it starts at that time, and then he goes every hour. It's a different YouTube channel that he knows that's associated with paranormal or skepticism, debunking, stuff like that. And we get on for an hour and we just talk, we hang out. And it gives everyone a chance to not only hang out with a whole bunch of people for the day, in case, you don't have anyone to hang out with, you hang out with us. We also talk, you get exposed to different channels so you can see different people. Maybe you've never seen them before and you get a little taste of them, which is fun. It's actually really cool. I met a lot of cool people last year that I've become pretty good friends with ever since. So I love doing that kind of stuff. And we'll
be on at
6 p.m. Eastern
Time.
6 p.m. Eastern time on December 25th. Donna and I will be on. We might be doing this since it's kind of like not Skeptical Help Bar kind
It
of
might
thing.
be from home.
We might do it from home. So you'll get to see the...
And plus, I'm not sure if I'm going to have family or not here.
Fortress of Nerddom. What do you mean? When did that come up? I knew nothing about family coming.
I asked my dad a long time ago.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
all weather related. It's,
Okay.
like it depends.
Yeah.
He got stuck here for
All
Thanksgiving.
right, so we'll see. Anyway, all right. So we do have questions piling up, which is great. I love that. So let's just jump into one and see what happens.
All right.
Let's see. You can go first too. Actually, you read them off. You're the co-host.
Well, this is
I'm
for
giving you
him
work.
anyway.
I'm delegating.
I could read them off. John, tell me
About
your thoughts on Indiana Jones.
Damn it, Tim.
So, I do like, I love history a lot, but I don't watch a lot of movies. And I've seen Indiana Jones, but I don't remember anything about it.
I agree. I've seen it multiple times, John, and it's so forgettable. So
I know this is like the first question. John's just gonna be like, who knows, man? I don't know. I don't watch. Damn it, Tim.
Don't worry, Bob. Don't worry. It's just a sticker. We're still there. Don't get upset, Bob.
I'm not a movie guy. I do get slightly upset with some of the ahistorical things, but I couldn't tell you what they were because I don't remember any of them. I just remember there were some.
I think he was just trying to fight betwing you and Kenny.
he's just trying to stir the pot. That's all.
That's easy. You can just put us into a room and we'll fight it. That's all you need to do.
Oh, or I think more accurately, if you put us in a room together with a semi-famous ghost hunter, we will get in trouble by the organizers of the conference.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
It'll probably be me, but you'll be the one that gets blamed for it.
I will get in trouble. It'll be your fault, but I get blamed.
Right.
Because you're
That's
standing next to me.
Kenny, don't change Bob's sign.
Sorry. Sorry, it's back to normal, Bob. I just needed to borrow it.
Okay, you ready?
That's all.
Borrow the sign.
Chemical knee rub.
It's Michael Burke.
Yeah, I know. John with I'm sorry, I'm used to reading the questions. You go ahead.
I don't mind at all. Has
Well,
John
for
ever
him,
has John without the ever had a paranormal experience?
John without the H.
No, I mean I haven't. I've had experiences that are very strange, and there's one experience that I can't quite explain, but I have no reason to believe that it was a ghost or anything paranormal related. So no, I haven't. I would like to, but as far as I know, the paranormal doesn't exist. And I would love to experience it someday, but hasn't happened yet.
So here's my question to you, because I get asked this a lot. What would you do if you say you're in a haunted location and you're walking down the hallway and ghost pops up right in front of you?
I mean, honestly, I'd probably run away and cry. But if I was able to like stand there and talk to it,
Not pee yourself.
yeah. And I say this because the one time I thought, prior to me becoming a skeptic, the one time I thought I did see a ghost, I just kind of sat there and stared at it. I could have just literally taken my flashlight and pointed it, but so what I would actually do is probably different than in my mind what I would do. But I mean, I would immediately, I would try to ask questions that I knew could be falsified, right? So I would ask a question like, can you tell me something that we can prove, like prove, like, okay, you're a ghost. Okay, great. Tell me something that I could take back, like a mystery, like you buried some treasure somewhere, or a note or a journal that I could not know about. Like, tell me something that we can, show that you're real. And how can I get you to come back? Because I would like to do this again. Like, tell me how to bring you back.
Right.
So we can repeat it.
That's always something that like in the back of my mind, like, all right, you're here now. First, like, where do you go when you disappear? Like, what are you still here, just invisible, or what? And then how do you have like a beeper? Like, how do I get in touch with you?
Right.
Because
how did you get here? Right.
My friends aren't going to believe me. I need to do this again. So
I'm not sure I believe me right now. I probably don't believe that this is actually happening. I'm going to go to a psychologist after this. With that being said, please give me something that I could take to my therapy session.
Right.
All right.
So, I'm just telling the truth. That's what would happen.
Okay. All right. Cool. That was good. That was a good question. All right. Why don't people use a theremin instead of a REM pod? At least we might get weird music. I can actually say I can't answer this completely, but I can tell you that Julia, who is a friend of mine, she moderates my TikTok when I do lives on there on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Nice plug.
Thank you. When she lives in, I think, San Francisco, but we have talked about this very idea. She has a theremin device, so she's tested it and played with it and experimented with her in her apartment, especially because there's electronics all over the place. And that's one of the things I know she wants to do is take it to a haunted location and see what happens, put it near where a REM pod is, which is a very novelty kid version of the theremin, and see what happens. Because that would be cool, because not only would you get tones and varying tones, but you would get volume increase and decrease, because that's the second antenna controls volume. So that would be interesting to do. I would like that. What do you think?
I mean, I think why people don't do it is because most, not all, but most people in the paranormal world do things because that's just what's done.
Right.
Not necessarily without, and I'm not trying to be like mean to anybody who's in the chat. But that's usually just what happens. Like, you do things because this is what you were taught, this is what you were told, and so you bring in the REM pods, but there's no real reason like why are we doing this? Besides, this is what's been said, right? It's been said to do this, or they say, but who is it and who is they?
That's one thing that comes up with when I talk to Dave Schumacher, when we talk on Three Tortured Souls. Like, he brought that up one time when this was asked and said, "What's your reasoning for it? Like, in order to actually use a device, you need a reason, not just I saw it on TV. Like, why are you specifically using this device at this specific time in this environment? What are you hoping to gain?" And I think that's really important. That's really important.
Yeah, it's putting the cart before the horse, because you're showing up at a place with the tools, but what you really need to be doing is asking questions, coming up with a hypothesis for what's going on, and then build your tools around the experiment, and then go in and do the experiment.
Yeah.
not just walk in and leave a tool on the ground and hope that it goes off.
And know how it works.
Right.
Understand how it works. 'Cause I think that's just basic. That's using anything 101. Know how it
Right.
works.
Step one.
Step one, read the directions.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one to talk because I usually pull something out of the box and look at the picture.
Never
like, what do
read
they
the
do in the picture?
directions. How do you turn this on? Oh, I don't know. If you open the manual on the first page, it'll show you where the on button is.
IKEA has it right. Just pictures. No words, just pictures.
Yeah, but you still don't even look at.
I look at
you
the pictures.
If you open something up, the first thing you do is look at it and play with all the buttons. I know it.
I don't know what
The
you're
way it should be.
Yeah.
As an engineer,
I do
this
read-
is what I do. I don't look at manuals. I'm just like, hey, what is this? Let's play with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do when I take it out of the box, but it's not like I'm doing it on location. I'm at home. I take it out of the box. Well, play with it.
I know.
And
what
then
you're
I
saying.
read the
I'm
directions.
Just, yeah.
I know.
When
Because
it
I want to
comes
know what
that.
it does and what limitations are, and I especially look for the disclaimer. Like I always want to find that disclaimer on the instructions of like, oh,
For
everything
entertainment
you said was bullshit.
Yeah. If you have to worry about being sued in your pursuit of answering the question, is there life after death, which is the most important question I can think of, maybe the device doesn't work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I hope everyone's having fun so far. I am. I'm having a blast. All right. What else we got?
You're just drunk.
Damn it, Bob, screenwriter. Did you know that New York had over 160,000 paranormal encounters? That's 81 per 10. Are you quoting from Ghostbusters?
I would be curious how they define paranormal encounter. Is that just anecdotes, like people with stories? Are they counting
people, calling in 911 or something? What were they doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Are they counting people with like sleep disorders and having a scary dream and they're waking up and they're thinking they're still awake?
Oh, Bob says no, it was a study that was done.
Oh, okay.
I need your source, please.
Come on, Bob.
Yeah, come on, Bob. You gotta share. You gotta share. Oh, wait, let's see. So yes, that's accurate based on a recent research. New York reported over 160,000 paranormal encounters, ghost sightings in the last century.
That's a
Last century, leading it to be named the most haunted state by some studies, with about 81 sightings per 10,000 residents, a figure boosted by its deep history and large population, particularly in New York City's older buildings like the Morris Jamel Mansion. So where is this source? Study says New York study. So this is New York Post and then a radio station that's commenting on it. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, because I would need to know how they define it. Because I'm sitting here looking up, based on various polling data from the last century. This is according to Pew Research. Approximately 10 to 20% of Americans, give or take, based on the poll, believe that they have personally seen or been in the presence of a ghost. So, looking at this study, that seems very low. It seems like New York is the least haunted state. So it's how you define your terms.
Right.
What?
Well, you know what?
What are they saying?
I guess the issue is population too. We have to look at New York City is a very dense city.
Right.
So you can pack people in there, but if you go to a state that's extremely spread out, you're not going to have as much of a population as say New York does.
Yeah, but the study was done over a century. How you adjust for population and stuff.
Yeah, I am trying to find the link to the actual study, because I want to see. They usually, what the hell? Researchers from casino.ca Canada.
Is that funny?
Ghostly hot casino. What is this shit? Real money casinos. I'm not taking this seriously.
Where does this study? I don't see the link.
Casino. Let's see.
It's not reputable, Bob.
Well, there we go, Bob. There's
you
step
go.
one.
This is a link to where I went to. I'm putting it in there, and then I'll put it in the.
Bob says it's not
It's not what?
Reputable.
Reputable. Oh.
Yeah, but who did the study?
Say every year thousands with Halloween, save endless Ouija boards, deep dive, analyzing ghosts. Analyze ghost of
Here
America.
it is. Methodology is what you always want to go to. It's
Right.
the very bottom. To estimate the chances of seeing a ghost, we compiled data from various sources, including Ghost of America for the U.S., which I don't know what that is, along with reports from social media platforms like Facebook, etc.
Oh my god!
So they didn't actually interview anybody. We then calculated ghosts per capita.
So Ghost of America is a website that's browse ghost sightings by location, and I guess it goes by state.
So the study actually is for two particular sources, Ghost of America and social media, who has the most ghost stories per state. That's what the study actually.
And these are self-reported. So,
right.
and when I look, I'm going to show you. This is what when I clicked on the Ghost of America site, the first thing that came up was that. So this is not a reliable place to.
I'm no longer a skeptic. I believe now. This is it.
That's it. Well, thank you, Bob, for that entertainment. I appreciate that. All right, moving on.
This is gonna be a trick question night.
What does John, without an H, think happens when we die? Please don't say we come back as energy. That's Kenny's least favorite word.
What happens when we die? If I had to guess, I would say we come back as energy.
Drake.
And he's gone.
Wow. I don't know, man. That's the question, right? It's the biggest question we have. I tend to not talk about. So my background is seminary. I went to seminary for 6 years and dropped out my last semester because I dual majored in philosophy and theology, and they kind of conflicted. And so I have stayed away from theological thoughts and talks. I will talk about it tonight, but I try to stay away from, because often when you talk about that stuff, it just divides people, and I'm more interested in uniting than dividing right now.
Okay.
But I don't know. I know that's the boring answer, but if anyone's honest, nobody has any idea of what happens when they die.
Exactly.
Right.
So
we do not know. And as far as I've talked about this before, as far as the evidence leads me to conclude is that we basically just stop existing. So go back about a year before you were born, and that's the same state you return to. Nothingness.
Nothingness.
So you're not going to care. Because you're not going to be. And that's how I see it. Oh, we're getting a little feedback.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right. Good question. All right. Let's move on to the next one, please. Ray J. Wench. A video I recently viewed mentioned Faraday created experiments to figure out table tipping. How many other historical figures tried to debunk things that aren't commonly known? So I have the patent that Faraday filed for his device, for the table tipping device. And I actually based a planchette on that design. So I created a planchette that has a top and bottom separated by ball bearings and still connected so that you can tell movement from the top or the bottom, which is a great design. It's really helpful to figure out what's going on. Other historical figures, I don't I know him because he did work on that. But otherwise, off the top of my head, I don't recall. Houdini, obviously he's one of them, but I don't know historical figures. I don't know if you mean people in history that you might, here's a fun fact about this guy that was in Congress or something like that. I don't have any off the top of my head. So unfortunately, I can't answer that question right now. That's a good question, though.
Yeah, I'd have to think that through, because I mean, I know people who have debunked stuff, but that's what they're known for. Like I can think of like James Randi debunking the stuff, but that's what he does. The Society for Skeptical Research, they started off pretty okay. They were doing a decent job of debunking in the very beginning of things.
Right.
So I think sometimes people find that a little surprising. But I know there's a few scientists on the opposite end. Like one of the reasons why, and Kenny, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you did a lot of research on this somewhat recently. But I know like some scientists on the opposite end during like the Victorian times were doing some research into attempting to prove or attempting to try to figure out if ghosts actually exist or not. There's that one scientist that not discovered magnetism, but was working with like EM fields. That's where how we get our idea of ghosts have EMF is from this one guy from the 1800s. You can kind of trace that back.
There was, I did do some.
Tim says Edison.
Edison had his own idea about the afterlife. Mesmerism. But Edison, I mean, he has. We talked about it, like his one, what is it, autobiography? Is that what it is? I think, Tim. But there's a chapter that he included about what he believed was the afterlife, and he believed that they were almost like I'm not kidding. I think he had this philosophy of it's something like the midichlorians from Star Wars, where he thought these were little life forms that we were made of. And there was a chapter in his book that he included. And then when he died and his estate took over and they republished the book, they took that chapter out because they didn't want it in there and didn't want to spread his idea, I guess. So that has been one of my searches to find a copy of that so I can read that because I'm interested. But there's been a few people that did set out to see if there was some like supernatural kind of thing with it. Maybe not necessarily to prove the afterlife, but something adjacent to the afterlife or some kind of supernatural reason for something happening. And they discovered other things. But mostly like invisible forces. You know, why does this happen? We don't know what this is. Like magnetism, before magnetism was really discovered and defined, was magical. Like a lot of things that we know of. I mean, disease. Until we knew what viruses and bacteria were, it was a plague. It was a magical plague. We didn't know what the hell was going on. It's just, that's it. You're sick.
My go-to is always people who have seizures constantly. Like we used to have no idea what that was. People thought that it was like a possession of some kind. And then now we have a good understanding of what seizures are.
Right.
But for thousands of years, we thought it was something else, like magic.
Right.
So I'm leaving.
All right. Rob Linklater. Kenny, do you think that Santa is potentially a ghost? Loads of people have claimed to see him, but can't prove it. Thoughts? So we had this conversation a few weeks ago. What I think of Santa Claus and his whole story and myth and absolute lie to children everywhere. I don't approve of it, but you know,
he's not asking if you prove it. He
I
says,
know. I don't think he's a ghost. He's firmly established in myth, evolved.
And a lot of people
mythology.
do dress up as Santa on Christmas Eve to bring presents. Like I've seen that, like to deliver them to the house.
Right.
So maybe, people like that.
So Santa is a disguise,
Yeah,
a costume, Halloween costume.
it could be that,
All right. I mean,
or I mean,
go ahead.
I was going to
as-
say
as
something
a
really
ghost,
mean.
I
I'm
mean,
usually
drinking
not
and
this.
surfing.
I'm usually not this mean about people's beliefs, but I think the only thing that Santa and ghosts have in common is that they don't exist.
Yeah. I mean,
My opinion. Do not get mad at me. I'm sorry.
people
All
could
hate
be
mail.
Not
dreaming.
usually this mean.
People could
It's
be
just a good
dreaming.
joke. It's a
Well,
good joke.
Tim has a Santa suit.
Yes, I know he does. I've seen him in it. There's a video. I can show everyone later. All right, so I can show you a video of Tim in
blanket. I agree with you.
in a Santa suit and then also in a flamingo suit.
Wow.
Yeah, I know he gets around.
Wow.
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
Ian.
No.
Santa flamingo.
I know. Oh, I could put them together in one video. How can we figure out what ghosts are made of? What experiments do you suggest?
I would say step one, you have to figure out that ghosts exist first. So it is kind of putting, and I find this often in like research into the paranormal. I feel like people, again, are kind of putting like the cart before the horse. Like they're asking good questions with the assumption that ghosts exist, right? And but you have to start with square one, and that is we need to. I know people believe that ghosts exist, but we need to actually prove their existence first before we can start having conversations about what they're made of. Because until we know that they're real, you cannot have any kind of experiment set up or conversation about what they're made up of, right? Because how do you set up an experiment for something you don't know exists if it's not setting up an experiment specifically about proving the existence of something, right?
It's a very catch-22 kind of thing, because it's like that when you're starting out after high school, and most of us, when we were looking for jobs and we went for a job and they're like, do you have experience? No, I need a job to get experience. They're like, well, we can't hire you with that experience, but you can't get a job because you don't have experience. So it's kind of, it revolves around that. And how do you prove ghosts exist when you don't know what you're testing for? But in order to test it, you got to know that they actually exist. And the issue comes into play about so many of these experiences can be explained. They do have rational explanations. It's just the group or the person that experienced them either don't look into it because either fear or they rely on belief too much.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say fear, like if you get scared and run away, that's not, it's just because that's environment, that situation was too much. It was overwhelming and you got to get out of there, which is understandable. I mean, that happens to a lot of us. There's also a lot of groups and individuals that just go in and rely purely on belief. So they don't actually investigate, even though they call it an investigation. That's not what they do. So a lot of these experiences and quote unquote evidence that's presented is not evidence. It's not been thoroughly vetted. It's not been analyzed. It's not been shown to have sufficient data to support it. So we're working at a disadvantage from the start. We're working with a lot of anecdotes, with a lot of misinterpretations, with a lot of unknowns before you even get into what are ghosts made of.
Right. Here's a question. Yeah.
So, and I can answer that. So we had no idea what stars were made of before we knew they existed, right? So, I mean, there are ways to find out about something without understanding how it's like what the makeup of something is.
Right.
So
you can test for the results.
Right.
Like gravity. We can't actually see gravity, but we can see the results of gravity.
Right.
All right. So, and again, with like light, we can measure how long light takes to travel a certain distance. And by measuring that light that's coming in from these different places, we can estimate how far away they are. So we can test for that once we have something to go on. But right now we have nothing to go on. There's just nothing. Good question. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got? Oh, okay. Paradox. I like that. Paradix. Parodix. All right. I like that even better. I saw that Kenny published a paper in the Journal of Scientific Exploration on a pseudoscience journal. What are the pros and cons of doing that? So the pros and cons, I mean, it was a good peer review system process going through, because we did, honestly, I did some of the work. Dave Schumacher did the majority of the work. That's why he was the lead name on that paper. He did a lot of work, but I was able to contribute a lot of good information about EMFs, electromagnetic fields and meters, how they're used, how they shouldn't be used, different types of meters, what can affect them. That's the big pro, that I'm getting that good information, referenced, reviewed information out there, so that people that are reading it can see what's going on. It's also because the paper goes into comparing a suspected haunted location to a known not haunted location, and comparing the results and seeing that the spikes and dips that you get, that people usually, freak out and get excited about, are normal, because they happen everywhere. And when you take the right amount of data, or let's say you're taking good data, which is like at least 100 or so samples a second, and collecting all that data, as opposed to a K2 meter that's just laying on the floor and you're waiting for it to light up and it gives you no data. That's the pro. The con might be, because if it's seen as a pseudoscience journal, then maybe people aren't taking it seriously. Maybe the scientific community won't take it seriously. But I guess the same reason that I go to paranormal conferences and I set up a booth, like, that is a pseudoscience conference. It's all about it, because you have a lot of ghost hunters and demonologists. Sorry, that name just, it irks me. That are promoting their methodology and promoting that they're doing science and stuff like that, when they're not. But yet I still go, because at least I can give some good, solid referenced material and information out to that public, and maybe counteract or contradict some of the bad shit that's going on there. So I hope that answered the question. The journal does a great job in trying to find answers. For the most part, we have a subscription to it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not, I don't follow the journal at all. Like, I don't have a subscription to it. I wrote because Dave asked me if I would contribute, and I said, yeah. So it was a cool experience, but we went through the review process, I think 3 times. Like, they sent it back and said, with questions, like, you need to explain this better or demonstrate this better. And that's what we did. We kept working on it until it was accepted. So,
and I can answer this a little bit. I know the question was not directed at me, but I have a paper that's going to be published here in, I think, like the next few months. When I was at the Paranormal Research Symposium, and it was a purely skeptical paper in a paranormal. It's not a journal; it's more of a book. But like, the pros and cons of that, I mean, like, for me, my target audience was not skeptics, right? Like, it was to enable people who are not skeptics to understand, like, why skepticism works, and like why they can use skepticism and falsification and science to solve alleged paranormal mysteries. And so for me, the positive for that is I want people to be able to investigate better, right? I don't necessarily want people to believe what I believe. I just want them to do a better job of investigation. Like, if you want to investigate the paranormal, go about it the right way. The negatives for me is, I guess some skeptics will look down on me for publishing something in a paranormal book, but fuck them. They're not my audience. I don't care.
In a nice way. Yeah.
In a nice way, yeah. I don't know. That's me.
It's how you reach a different audience. You know, an audience that wouldn't normally be exposed to what you're doing. And
what if I'm wrong, right? Like, what if I'm wrong? I produce something in this thing, and someone replies to me, and like, they enlighten me as something. You know what I mean? I'm not. If I always talk to my own people, I am never going to. Well, if I always talk to my own people, I am not going to do as good of a job about bridging out to other ideas and learning other new things, right? So that's why I see mostly pros for me, in my opinion. Just depends what you're writing for and who your audience is.
Right. I mean, I've done classes for the Rhine Institute, with oh my God,
Auerbach?
yeah,
Auerbach?
yeah, and I mean I actually asked my boss way back a couple of years ago, like, are you okay with this? And he's like, yeah, that's fine, because I am reaching different people. I mentioned Julia that monitors my TikTok. She took that first class I was in. That's how I met her. And she was intrigued and wanted to know more and learn more. And I mean, that's how we reach out to other people. That this is outreach. We can talk to our own inner circle, our what is that, echo chamber, all the time, and there will be very little progress. I mean, we'll make progress as we talk and discuss ideas and move forward with our own things, but you're not getting to new people, and this is the way to do it. So, yeah. All right. So, and to answer, I just real quick, I want to answer this question. If you can't identify a haunting, how can you have a known haunted? So by known haunted, that just goes by the basic ideas that there were no stories whatsoever. There's never been any activity reported. There's never been any deaths or any kind of other tropes that are associated with hauntings. So no stories whatsoever. That's why it's a known, not haunted location, because there's just nothing with it. As opposed to a location that he went to that had a ton of stories. So that's the distinction there.
I'll say something that too real quick. Also is like, you also can't know that your non-haunted location is actually not haunted, right? And so something that people leave out in the scientific method, which is very important, is repeat. And that way, the more you do these experiments, the clearer the picture is going to be. It's like, statistically, if you do this experiment 100 times at 100 allegedly haunted locations and at 100 not haunted locations, and they all kind of seem to match up with like a high percentage, well, that's telling you probably have your answer, right? So that's something else that's very important to do too, is repeat.
Right. Good. All right, we're doing good. We're doing this is a great discussion.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bob. So when I am on next month, are you going to just keep the Damn It Bob sign up the entire time? Yes. Oh my goodness. Bob, you don't understand. Like, for you, I might actually do something completely different. And I mean, oh shit, I'm kind of looking for it. I don't see it.
Can we start into the Damn It Bob show?
I did have one.
Who we call the Damn It Bob show?
Damn It Bob's announcements. He's got those up there. So it says his name up there. But I did have another one that I didn't fix, that actually has a sign up on the side.
So just to be clear, you created something for Bob, who was not on the show, but I didn't get guest co-hosts or whatever.
Well, Bob's been here since the very beginning, and
me too.
He also had a like catchphrase in the beginning too. So
yeah, no, it's fine. That's fine.
You're getting it. Don't.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Bitch, you're on as a co-host. Stop your bitching.
That's because he won.
Yeah, exactly. Right. If I didn't win, I wouldn't be here.
I know. So
I got your back.
Take the hint. Take the hint.
It has been taken for a long time. One of these days, I will earn my right on this show.
You're going to be one of the first ones next year. Don't worry, John. We'll have you on.
Speaker in DragonCon, all these other places, but your show, I'm going to earn my right to be on here one day.
So here's I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Prove that ghosts don't exist. That's not
negative.
How it works. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not how it works. I am on the opinion that it don't exist. If you're telling me that ghosts do, you're making the claim. And if you want to make the claim, then it's up to you to prove that they exist. Me looking at them, I don't have to prove ghosts don't exist. That's not my job.
Bacon.
So who's got bacon?
They're talking about bacon, and Kit says she can't prove the existence of bacon. I said,
Yeah.
me too. Me too.
Just understand.
I don't think
Look,
you can
everybody
prove
wants
it.
bacon now. Like,
I mean, we
You need
look
to
at
bring me bacon so I
we
can
look at
prove it.
claims that are
I'm
out
gonna
there
go fry
and
some up.
investigate the claims, but I haven't seen any evidence that ghosts exist, and that's the claim being made. So it's up to you to prove that ghosts exist, not up to me to prove they don't exist.
Yeah. So you can't prove a negative, right? Like that's not
Right.
possible. I can say I have a hairy, bald ghost in my closet. I don't know why that's where my mind went, but that's where it went.
Right.
And like, you know, and I can't see it, and it's invisible and undetectable. Like that's my claim. There's an undetectable, invisible, hairy,
Dragon.
bald ghost. Yeah, right. Like, Sagan's dragon, right? Dragon in the Garage, yeah, Carl
Right.
Sagan. And you can't disprove me, right? And so, and it may be true, like it could be. And so that's where we have to use other techniques, like what is most likely true.
Right.
And so when we look at claims about ghosts, there are a lot of claims like that you can't, what's called falsify, like they're not able to be disproven. Someone may claim they saw something like in a dream or something. Well, you can't disprove a dream, right?
Right.
But the times where we can disprove ghosts, overwhelmingly, there's another explanation that's a better explanation. And then outside of that, there's another category, which is just we don't know what happened. And that's where something called Occam's razor takes over, which is essentially the explanation with the least amount of assumptions you have to make is probably the correct answer. And Occam is going to say, we don't have any evidence of ghosts, but we do have evidence of all these other things that can occur psychologically and all these other ways of occurring. But so far, we have zero evidence of ghosts, even though there's all these stories and claims around them. And so while we can't disprove ghosts, there's a lot of evidence against their existence merely because there's every time the claim has been made, not every time, but most of the time when claims have been made, there's usually a better alternative explanation for what's occurred.
Right.
So,
and just to be clear, like I'm not saying ghosts don't exist. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just saying that so far there's been no evidence to support that they do.
Right.
So when I do look into it, when I look into any case, and I do find a logical explanation that we can replicate, we can show, we can demonstrate and research and show documents and stuff like that, then that's not considered evidence of ghosts. So I'm still looking. That's why I keep doing this. And I think that's why you keep doing this, because we're still looking. So what was that?
Something about bacon, and I just know that
Bacon. Everybody's talking about bacon.
Like, I think Donna's been coughing.
I'm fine.
Everybody's talking about
Hire
bacon.
you,
I'm paying
Donna.
attention.
I'll hire you, Donna. You can be honest.
Oh my goodness.
I am so paying attention.
All
Here,
right.
I have a question.
Let's do one more question and then we'll go to break.
Break's coming.
The paranormal engineer took a trip to the Sally house. The dining room floor was extremely slanted and it made me feel sick. Oh, a common claim there. I was curious if you've seen anything similar on your investigations. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Yep.
You want to go first? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the last, well, is it? No, it was, I guess, 3 investigations ago at this point. We were in Gettysburg, and we were at the orphanage. No. Oh, yeah, no, it was the Sally Mae house. Okay, no, it was it was in Gettysburg.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's crazy. Yeah, same exact story.
Mhm.
So, yes, while we were on the investigation, there were people who were claiming like they were, if I remember correctly, they were feeling uneasy or something. It wasn't sick. I think they were saying they feel uneasy, if I remember correctly.
Well, just the Sally house is not in Gettysburg.
Okay, I don't know, man. I'm
Sally
terrible with
house,
names.
yeah, that's the
what's
wrong
it?
So
place.
bad with names.
Jenny Wade. You're talking about
Jenny Wade. So bad with names.
Everybody's bacon rum.
I'm also an idiot. So
Flavor
no.
Kraken.
Yeah, I was at the Jenny Wade house. Yes, that's where it was. Not the Sally Mae. That's a federal institution.
No, the Sally house is in Kansas.
Yeah.
I haven't been to that one. But we were at the Jenny Wade house in Gettysburg, and there were people claiming that they just didn't feel right. We had a few people who believe like they could detect like ghosts and things using like psychic abilities. And I didn't have a spirit level on me at the time, but I did have my phone, and I had a spirit level on my app, or an app spirit level for this exact situation when I came unprepared, and I was like, oh man, I need to pull out a spirit level. And sure enough, like the floors were uneven as heck.
Yeah.
And we know, like we know this again because of science, that if you walk on an uneven floor, it can make you feel queasy. And this gets back to how do you know it wasn't ghost? It could have been, but what's more likely? Probably the floor.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, I've been in places. The place that really stands out. Well, two places. One was the Knickerbocker Hotel, which is in Pennsylvania. I went there, and the stairs. I talked about the stairs before, but the stairs were like real, like almost like that. You stood at the bottom and you looked up, and I'm like, how can people use these? I have no idea how they can use them, because without holding on firmly to the railing, you can't go up or down them, because they were so bad. And then there was another one, the Monroe House. Yeah, I think Monroe House. I went to, that the stairs were the same, and then parts of the floor, because I took a level. I had this one with me, and would put that down. I'm like, dude, these floors are all. I mean, you walk down the hallway and it was literally waving. It was so warped. So, yeah, that could happen, and you got to check for it. You got to check for the stairs and the floors, because especially these old places that sell out overnight ghost hunts for people and don't really upkeep, and do the bare minimum, you're going to have warping. You're going to have issues with the floors and the stairs.
But I mean, just because you feel queasy doesn't mean there's a ghost there.
No,
Right. That's a good point
you have to
too.
check more.
You know?
Yeah.
That's a good point too. Like, where does that claim come from? Like, why do ghosts or anything else paranormal related? Why does they make you queasy? Like, where does that claim?
Right.
And it's always, if you start tracing it back, you eventually get to, well, it's been said, or they said, or this other stuff was happening, or, well, I was at a haunted location when it happened, and it's circular, right?
Yeah, and if they're together and they're both getting queasy, they just could have had bad food before they went in.
And that's so that, but
like, I'm just serious.
No, I agree.
Like,
I agree. It's either that you interview the witnesses and figure out, like, where did it start, and you go back, and that's why you research newspaper articles for a place and see, like, when did this story start? When did it begin? Because if it only started like 5 years ago, and the place has been around for 100 years, okay, so we can narrow it down there, or maybe we can see, like, it only started when ghost hunts started, and it was part of the advertising. So again, it doesn't say that a ghost did or did not do it, but it's also more suspect that if a story originated when they started selling tickets to a ghost tour, then it's suspect to me. It's a red flag.
It's actually one of the things. One of my current projects that I'm actually doing, is taking up a lot of my time, is I'm trying to catalog, like, where the original source for claims are coming from, and of course, like, almost everything goes back to it's that time of night where my medication starts to wear off and I start to forget everything. But it goes back to, like, spiritualism is, like, where most of it goes back to. But I've been categorizing, like, where certain claims come from, like, where do the idea, like, ghosts knock on doors? Like, the answer is almost always spiritualism, and that's where it stops. Like, in history, you never see, like, older claims of a lot of stuff, how we believe that ghosts nowadays occur. And I've actually had an interview. I had an interview recently with a religious studies major who studied specifically spiritualism. Had an interview with a folklorist. I'm looking for, like, other interviews. I really want to try to figure out, like, where these claims, like, where the Fox sisters got their claim ideas from. So, like, if Ben's here, I don't know if he's still here. I would love to interview him as well, and he's a folklorist as well. But
he's probably. I think he can't.
I think that's. Oh, gotcha. He's a little. Yeah, no. Us bald-headed.
He's a little bitch. He's got
but he's out
people,
he's out on the other coast, though, ain't he?
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Well, when you're bald like me, you fall asleep early because you turn into a little baby. I get it. That's why you got to grow the beard so you retain your manliness.
So you kind of look
But that
like an
doesn't
adult.
keep you awake.
It does. It
Does it
does.
keep
It's
you
like
awake?
it does when you're like awake. When you lay down, it's like an extra pillow. It's nice.
All right.
It's nice.
All right. So we're gonna go to break. We're
Yeah.
a couple minutes over.
Have
But
some bacon.
have some bacon.
Yeah, I'm gonna fry some up tonight, man. Everybody's still talking about bacon.
We will be we'll be back in 4 minutes and 9 seconds from
Now.
And now for something completely different.
Welcome, my fellow skeptics. Welcome, one and all. I am the chief investigator. Oh, come along, old chap. We will have a ball. Now, if you will excuse me, it's time to open the mic. Good night. Good night. Kenny Biddle's the name, investigating's my game, and I will have at it. Quid pro quo, as the head of this committee. Hunting for ghosts can be shitty, but there is nothing better that I know. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? Let's open the bar and ask some questions, alright? Maybe you might find an answer or two. I will find the truth this night and day, and if my name is not Kenny Biddle, then I assure you here I will not stay. Good day! Kenny Biddle's the name, ghost hunting's the game. I won't let anything get in my way. Too many fakers out there, too many chefs, too many toe tappers, none of it makes any sense. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? Let's open the bar and ask some questions, alright? Maybe you might find an answer or two. Who knows? There may be ghosts in the machine, but trust me, I am not so keen. I prefer to see these things clearly, not in 144p. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? If you don't think I am right, let's open my night. Yeah, yeah. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? If you don't think I am right, let's open my night. Yeah. If you have an answer or two, let Kenny Biddle solve it for you. Let Kenny Biddle solve it for you. The one and only Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle.
Dun, 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 dun. I know, I do that too. Like, see? Oh,
All right,
my
we're
goodness.
just gonna get this out right now.
Oh
Okay?
boy, here we go.
Here we go.
What are your thoughts on bacon? Canadian bacon, turkey bacon, duck bacon,
Let's just talk
spiced
about it.
Italian,
Yeah.
cheddar, rolled peanut bacon. Oh,
Okay,
Would you take? And another question was, would you take payment in bacon?
Yeah.
for what?
I would
Depending
take any
on-
kind of
Kenny has already with Kit 4.
Kit, yeah.
As long as you have bacon.
2 years in a row.
Look,
After
whatever
Monster Festival.
whenever I go speak at places, I wind up spending. Well, no, because I don't earn a dime, so I usually spend way more money than
Right.
anything I get out of it. So I will
Right.
take bacon, please.
Yeah. 2 years
That'd
in
be
a
great.
row. We've had
Bacon
bacon.
and love. Kit Ford says
Yep.
bacon and
Kid
love.
Ford has made bacon. There's a Sunday breakfast that's just awesome, and it's nice. We get to sit down and chat and relax and have a nice big breakfast, and then usually take a little foil wrapped bundle of bacon home with us that I eat in the car on the way home.
I just saw. Wait, well, John, you can come speak at the GMF. I don't know. I will come. I will speak wherever.
Oh, that's
I
the
am.
Grafton Monster Festival.
Yeah.
Oh, got an invite. I think I have another because I was gonna look at applying for that, and I think I have another
Something
festival that
conflicting.
same weekend. Yeah, I'll have to double check, Kit. I would love to speak at Grafton.
No,
Monster
I think
Festival.
isn't it the same? Wait, isn't
It's
this year?
Psychon.
It's Psychon. That's
Yeah.
why.
That's what it is. It's Icon.
Yeah.
We
It's
can't.
just
I
a
gotta go.
bad. It's just a bad year for us Psychon
Still-
people to
Yeah.
make it.
Because I gotta still convince Susan Gerbic. Let's give Susan Gerbic some bacon, and that way she'll get me in on those 10-minute papers or the Sunday papers. That's what I'm trying to do this year.
Well, you got,
Got
is it the
fun.
10-minute? Because I know there's,
They reduced it, yeah, to 10 minutes.
oh, okay. All right. I was
I
wondering.
don't know if
I
I'm supposed to say that. Hopefully, there's no CSI people listening.
I think that's just because they want to fit more people in.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
you get at least like four more people in, so you get 4 more presentations. So it's definitely worth it. And I mean, it's a first chance to get on stage in front of 700-800 people, you know, and talk to them. So I think it's a good first step. All right, so let's get back into some of these
I
questions.
want to answer the question though.
Yeah.
I'm a sausage person. Love putting
Really?
sausage in my mouth.
I heard about you. John
Instead of
likes
bacon.
sausage.
Oh my
Lord.
gosh, this is going to take a bad turn.
Sausage is so good. What do you mean? Sausage
You know
is
what? I'm the
awesome.
same way. Like bacon, like
too.
when Donna makes bacon, she usually makes it ahead of time, like the whole thing, and puts it in bags and stuff. And I eat it by itself. I don't want bacon on things. I don't eat bacon cheeseburgers. I don't eat bacon whatever. The only thing I might do is a bacon grilled cheese, but that's it. I like bacon by itself. But for breakfast, yeah, I will order sausage instead of bacon. But that's
Okay.
just
You order sausage before bacon?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I would. Unless I'm having pancakes.
yeah. Sausage and pancakes just go together.
I mean, bacon does
Pancake.
too, but
Unless you
sausage
do
goes better with
Bacon
pancakes.
pancakes.
I do not know what is going on in this YouTube chat, but it is out of control.
It is,
Cat
they're all
Mac is
talking
out
about
of control right now. It is
Just
so
let them go. I don't pay
This is-
attention to them
John,
unless
this is why I go crazy sometimes. And I'm sorry if I interrupt you, but I'm like trying to listen to you guys and follow on everything that's going
How
on.
you
And it's
do it.
hard.
All right, let's
I don't know how
move
you
on.
do it.
So
to
we're
another
also
question.
sausage and
Yes.
bacon, guys. No Taylor pork roll, no scrapple.
Taylor
we're
pork
moving
roll
on.
before bacon.
I mean, we can talk about
Scrapple
sausage.
above it all, man.
Like especially Taylor pork. That's a brand, right?
Taylor, yeah.
Taylor pork roll.
Yeah.
Like Donna brings that home when she goes down to visit
Yeah,
Philly.
we can't get that up
I
here.
eat that shit.
Yeah.
I fry it up every morning. Nom 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 nom. All right. Anyway,
See,
moving on. Sorry, you distracted me. You had to go off bacon and go on the Taylor pork roll. Who is the best archaeologist, Indiana Jones or Laura Croft? Well, neither are archaeologists. So there's your answer.
Mm,
Both are Tomb
good
Raiders.
answer. That's a good
They're
answer.
thieves, both of them. So
They are thieves. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a good answer.
yeah. All right, next. That was easy.
No further comment.
Have you made your YouTube video yet?
This is a question for Kenny, I think.
Is it for me or for you?
Yeah. No, I got to go, guys. I'm just kidding. No,
Mhm.
Adrian, I am making it. It's in the process of being made. I am making it. So the problem is I keep
Lazy.
no, the opposite. I keep, which is weird because I'm a very lazy human being. I keep running into projects that like I wind up wanting to do, and like I have so many projects stacked up. Just recently, there was an article in Skeptical Inquirer that was talking about falsification and Popper, and I think they did them dirty. And so I've also got I've already interviewed one professor. I got 2 more interviews with 2 other professors of philosophy because I want some differing opinions. But I'm going to write my first article for Skeptical Inquirer's response to this article about Popper. But I swear, Adrian, I am working on the YouTube video, and I will have it out maybe in the timeline that I told you I would, which is 3 weeks at this point, I think. We'll see.
No, damn it, Bob. Indiana Jones is not an archaeologist. Neither is Lara Croft. They don't do any archaeological science or methodology. Nothing. They're thieves. Both of them. Actually, there was I have to find it. I was watching a video after Seg and I, the side-eye guy, and I had our big argument about this the first time on a live. Something across my YouTube feed came up, and it's 2 archaeologists that review movies that have something to do with archaeology, and they did Raiders of the Lost Ark, and they made it a point to tell you, no, he is a Tomb Raider, he is a looter, not an archaeologist. So he's a professor. Yeah, who isn't?
Pseudo archaeologist.
A pseudo archaeologist. Yeah, he doesn't. He just steals things and sells it to the museum. All right, what do we got next? Cat Mac, what's up, girl? Is Kenny ever going to do signed photos of him in his "Tell Me a Story" pose, or is he going to release the Help Bar videos for the holidays? What are you talking about? Help Bar video? What do you mean, like a collected edition?
I do not know what Cat Mac is on. Some kind of really good Canadian drugs.
Yeah.
It is really cold up there, so
Rare form.
she might be adding a little something to her cocoa.
Which is fine. I support whatever you're doing. So I have a legitimate thing that I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask some of us to do as a joke, but I legitimately kind of want to sell these, assuming I have like I'm planning on like getting more into like the social media space and potentially having merch and crap like that, which I will sell probably 3 things of in my entire life, and that's fine. I really want to create a skeptics calendar where we're all just doing like each month. Some people are just doing some really silly things, and I was actually thinking about getting pictures at CSICon.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about that. I don't know if that answers your question, Cat Mac, but like I want to do the pose from Seinfeld. What's his face?
God. George Costanza?
I want to do the George Costanza pose. That's gonna be my calendar. Yes.
Everybody's already interested, John. They'll buy that.
So yeah, I definitely want to do it. That's what I want to do. I also want to do a cryptid wrestling mashup shirt thing.
Here you go.
That's cool.
Tim called it stud muffins of skepticism.
That's it.
That's it.
That's what it's gonna be. I mean, I would like for some women to be in it too. So maybe stud people of skepticism. Or wait, are muffins? It could be, I don't know. Muffins is it's okay. We'll move on.
So Cat Mac, first the songs for the Skeptical Help are not mine. I didn't write them. So I can't I wouldn't feel right releasing them. And I can't because they belong to other people. They just let me use them. And then she said that the pose is my way. Tell me a story. That's my pose, which is actually pretty good. I do that. I'll do that for you, John.
That'd be good. I'd be fine with that. Yeah. Just give me your most doughy eyes as possible. That's what I'm looking for. That's it. That's it. We're doing it. I'm telling you, we're doing it. All right.
Don't you just want to tell me a story?
Yeah. Now someone's got to introduce me to Bill Nye and convince him to be in it, and it'll be
He's going to be there. Good luck.
It'll take off. We'll figure out a way.
Yeah,
I have
at
talked
least let
my
him
way
have
into
his
harder
first cup
things.
of coffee.
Yeah.
I
Make sure he has his coffee first.
Look, I have talked my way into crazier things. I think I could do it.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? Doing good. Adrian Hill. Is this Adrian Hill? I'm not
It
even
is,
saying
yeah.
this name.
So YouTube made a change in their back end, I think, that's changing everyone's names.
Oh. Talking about the back end.
No, I have not built my Psychomantium yet. So I was talking to my friend, a couple of people actually. I was talking to Justin Ryan Crowley, Sam Baltrusis, a couple other guys. But yeah, I would love to. They're going to help me build a Psychomantium and a portal. So I would like to have both of those in my house and run some experiments.
Giggles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a dark room with a mirror in it.
Yeah,
that's basically all it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been in 2 of them, and yeah, nothing. I mean, it's boring to me. I'm like, all right, what else am I supposed to do in here?
I did it once, and it creeped me out. Not like I wasn't like, oh my gosh, but it was unnerving in the same way where, like, if you do like the Gansfeld experiment, like it eventually gets unnerving, because it's weird.
I get silly. I mean, I start looking at the mirror. I'm like, how you doing? What's up? You look good. You look really good, man.
Okay,
what are you doing later?
Thing about you that I did not know. Learned so much.
Well, you know.
Oh my gosh, let's move on.
So this Psychomantium is basically, it's simply a dark room with a mirror in it, and then like a very dim light. And that's it. You sit in there, and it's supposed to be like a form of scrying. So looking into a reflective surface and trying to get images or visions or something like that. So that's what that is. But you can do it in like a closet. Just put a mirror on the wall in the closet and sit in there and see what happens. But good question, though. All right, moving on. Oh, my God. If Indiana Jones and Lara Croft had a child, would they be a Tomb Raider or an archaeologist? Are you high, Tim? Like, what are you doing? It would still be a thief.
They'd be an accountant.
Oh, the accountant.
The accountant. That would be their.
That's it. We need to get a new backstory for the accountant.
The movie, I love that movie. Is that what you're talking about?
I wasn't. The second one I wasn't too thrilled with. I thought the first one was much better. Second one was okay, but just yeah. John, are you happy that you don't have an H?
That's a hard question. I think I'm objectively better off not having one. With that being said, the amount of times, and it's just my name. I feel like my name is a curse because it's for one, it's like a very popular name. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard people like, John, when I'm just like looking around and it's not me, right? But the amount of people that just spell my name wrong is astronomical. Like everyone puts H's in, then they get confused. Like, is it O-N, A-N? Like at the end? And I've just seen some wacky ways to spell what I thought was a very common name.
Right.
But it's a curse.
I never have a problem. I have a problem with Sean.
Because
Sean is so different.
Yeah.
W-N. And Zach. Zach spelled like either Z-A-K or Z-A-C-H.
Yeah.
And I've also seen Z-A-C-K.
Mm-hmm.
But Sean is usually the one, because it's the C-H-A-W-N or C-E-A-N.
Right.
And I think there's another one.
Yeah, there's a few different spellings.
Yeah.
And my last name is Michael, and everyone thinks it's my middle name. And I was raised by my grandparents, and their last name was Talbert. So, like, I had really close friends who thought my last name was Talbert up until, like, my senior year of high school. Like, it's absurd.
Wow.
So is your first name John Michael?
No.
It's my last
You just said.
His last name
Oh,
is
okay.
Michael.
my last name's
Okay.
Michael. Yeah,
All right. I was confused. A little bit.
Really.
All right. Next question. Move on real quick.
Get Kenny out of that
Move on.
one.
Distraction. Do ghosts come pre-clothed? Imagine them, or do we imagine what they look like because our brains need to?
So, assuming ghosts are real, because we have to go back to that conversation, right? So, making the assumption that ghosts are real. Actually, I have another paper that Russ Dobler, I told him I would write, and I haven't yet. But it's actually about ghost clothes, and I personally don't understand what they are. Like, how do ghosts have clothes? And it sounds silly. Like, it sounds like I'm making fun of the idea of ghosts, and I'm not. It's legitimate questions. But like, if someone dies and they come back as a ghost, like, why are they wearing clothes? Did the clothes, like, did the thread have like a spirit property about them that they could bring back, clothes? I've heard responses like, well, yeah, ghosts can like look like however they want, which is fine. My question is always about, how do you know? But the follow-up is going to be like, well, why do they choose to look like that? Like, if I was a ghost, I would choose to look like all sorts of crazy stuff, not the stereotypical guy walking around in clothes. Like, I would give myself chiseled abs, which I definitely have. That's why I wear this clothing, so you guys don't lust over me. But I don't like, the more you kind of follow and the more you like kind of like break down conversations, the more kind of, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but the more kind of absurd it gets just a little bit. And again, I'm not trying to dismiss anyone's beliefs, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad because they believe ghosts wear clothes. Because like, people say they see that, right? And I take their word for it. When someone says, I see a ghost and they're wearing clothes, like, I believe that they think that's what they saw. But yeah, I mean, it's a good question. Like, where did ghost clothes come from?
Maybe they're just like see-through, like they're just, maybe it's like we live in one dimension and we're dead in another, but we could still look, we just look clear. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I have no idea what you mean.
Like, you're still dressed, but you just like have a clear ghostly image about
So
you.
you're like a force ghost.
Maybe, but in any situation where, like, for example, if we have like a 2D plane and we insert a 3D object within the plane, it still looks like a slice, and it may not look like, like a full-fledged 2D object, but it still looks like an object that is made up of the same stuff that the two-dimensional plane is made up of, right? So, and I hear this argument all the time too, like, oh, what if ghosts are interdimensional? Maybe, but the thing is, they're coming into our dimension, which means they should be made of the stuff that is in our dimension, right? So if you're, the fourth dimension's time, so if there's a fifth dimension and you come into our dimension, you're not bringing the fifth dimension into ours. You're coming into our dimension. So you would be made up of the stuff
that we're made up of.
Right. And so, like, when if you ever do like Carl Sagan's Flatland, where you have like the flat land and you kind of insert something into it, that it's still solid, right? Like, if you insert like a spherical ball into a flat land, you still see a solid circle. You don't see a ghostly circle, right? So, and that's what that still doesn't quite fully, like, I understand what people are saying as an interdimensional being, but from my understanding of how that would possibly work, assuming there's an other dimension besides our four, it still doesn't quite make sense to me. It doesn't align with what we already know about how the dimensions work together.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept because it's I mean, if you, again, like you said, going on the assumption that ghosts exist, then if they do have clothes, which I'm sorry, I mean, I take my pants off as soon as I can, so I would be totally naked as a ghost all the time. Like, that's just the way it's gonna go.
I hope you never die.
Like, are they? Where is it clothing? I mean, what are they made of, first of all, and what's the clothing made of? Is it all the same stuff? Is it a projection of what they want you to perceive? is it a projection of what you expect to perceive? And I think
that would be like, if you're remembering somebody, especially if it's more of a personal thing, like there's probably a memory that a preconceived memory of what you think that person should look like.
And I think we touched on this the other day when we were talking about like watching movies and TV shows. Like, we watch Friends all the time. We watch Big Bang Theory. We watch like even like the Charmed.
Yeah.
To us, we see these actors and that's what they look like to us all the time. And then suddenly we see like a then and now picture and we're like, whoa, that kind of destroys the entire like memory of them. You know, because now we have this new intrusion, but we go back to that base memory. So if we're expecting to see something, if we read about an incident or like somebody that lived at a location and what time frame they lived there, or we see a portrait, like either a photo, an early photo, or even a painted portrait of them, that's what we expect. So is it our expectation that dictates how we see it? Or even if we're seeing it, does it just dictate what we describe later on? Because we don't actually see everything. Because I found in my experience when I interview people and try to get to the details of what they were wearing, if they say, I saw them wearing this kind of clothing, okay, describe it. Describe exactly what you're looking at. And that's where trouble comes into, because they can't actually describe it. It's a very vague, almost psychic like description, because it's very vague. They can't give you any kind of details about what they actually saw, because I don't know if it's because of memory or what they just expected to see, and therefore that impressed upon their experience.
Right. So. Yeah. And something else, like there's actually there's a team here in Raleigh who they have a piece of data where they claim to hear like a voice from the 1800s talking in the Mordecai house here in Raleigh. And when you listen to the voice, the claim is like it sounds like an old-timey voice, like an English voice. Well, we didn't sound like that over here in the 1800s, right? But to their brain, because they're also not from the United States. And so like in their brain, like this is what ancient Americans sounded like when they heard it. And I think they've kind of moved away from that hypothesis, which after we've had some conversation about it, I don't think it was just me, but so part of that occurring, you'll often hear people say, well, that's how the ghost presented it to myself, and my brain just made sense of like what I was seeing.
Right.
And maybe you saw a ghost and like the way you saw it is different from the way that this person saw it. I mean, that's a possibility. But again, what is more likely? Is it more likely that you saw something that you couldn't understand in the situation? And that doesn't mean a ghost. That could be just a strange, your brain interpreted the refrigerator as a person. Sounds silly, but it happens all the time, right? Like our brains are weird and do strange things. And so if our brains tell us danger, there's something strange there, it's going to interpret it as a person or something scary. Like again, what is more likely? Is it our brains are telling us that there is a ghost here because I'm scared of what I'm seeing, and it's just a response to seeing something that my brain doesn't understand? Or is it there are actual supernatural beings that can change how they look based on your beliefs, and they're somehow able to connect to you on a belief level and interpret your beliefs and change how they appear, right? Like it's way more complicated,
right? Yeah, because now there's more mechanisms. You're adding cogs to the mechanism. Exactly. And we need to explain each one of them. So
exactly,
it gets really complicated. So good thought experiment. Good, let's just talk it out and see what kind of weird things we can come up with. But it's all based on assumptions from the start. So it's hard. All right, let's go. Let's keep moving. We're doing good.
Kind of related to the
up until the Victorian era, ghosts were described as looking like real people. Solid. What happened so that now we seem to think they're transparent? So yeah, ghosts went through a lot of changes.
They did.
They if you go back even to ancient Babylonia, they embraced that. If a ghost was seen, it was more because family members were literally buried in the floor and the walls of the family home. So if when you saw the spirit, it was often as something as protection or a warning, something coming. So it was normal, and they saw them as solid people. And again, yeah, in Victorian times, we have the Pliny the Younger, which is probably the most well-known ghost story. He saw a figure, and there is no talk of it being transparent. It's a solid person with chains that rattle and that he could hear. And even there's the comical part of the story where Pliny the Younger is sitting at his desk working, and the ghost rattles the chain to get his attention. And Pliny's like, yeah, hold on a second. I'm busy. And he finishes his work and then gets up to see what the ghost wants. And then they went through an evolution of it became you had all these weird things like just noises. You had some kind of transparency in there. It faded in and out, but it went to this ethereal smoke, ecto stuff. I mean, well, you had seances where ectoplasm, the cheesecloth stuff came out, and that was seen as some kind of sign of the afterlife. And then you had not only the ectoplasm cheesecloth, but images of spirits that were just newspaper articles and larger photographs embedded in that. That was a ghost for a while. And we see pictures of that from Victorian seances. And then it went to ecto and orbs and streaks of light. And then we went back to transparent figures or half transparent figures. And then we went to shadow figures. And now I don't know what we have now. But there's a lot. There's a lot that I think it goes with the trend. It goes with a trend. It's like, what's the new thing now? I don't know.
Yeah. And I think also like in the Middle Ages, they thought that like, at least like in the Western world, Christians kind of interpreted ghosts as being almost like zombies, like raising from the dead, versus like actually like translucent beings. Kat Mack said something, which I actually think she's correct. The Phantasmagoria shows that they used to have. Yeah. Like that's something like when I was tracing back, kind of like looking over the Fox sisters and like, where do we get our idea of ghosts today? That's one of the things I landed on is that, and was it Pepper's Ghost, yeah. In the 1860s when he was doing his stuff. I think those two things influenced our idea that, oh wait, ghosts are actually transparent, because for a long time we thought they were solid, but now all of a sudden we're like, whoa, no, they're transparent. Hold on a second. That, and along with the spiritualists, because again, it's easier to trick your marks when the ghost is invisible or see-through than it is when it's solid. And but I think it progressed from that. Again, I think so. I gave a presentation at GalaxyCon where I talked about like how our modern notion of demons, you can literally look at The Exorcism, and you can trace pop culture, how it has an influence on how we perceive demons. You can trace that same pop culture to Ghostbusters and the show Ghost Hunters. I mean, how many of you in here who have ever done any kind of paranormal investigation, like how many of you were influenced by Ghost Hunters? Like I think most people probably got their start post Ghost Hunters. I know, Kenny, you were pre Ghost Hunters, I believe, one of the old school guys. I'm not.
Oh, gee.
Yeah,
I was post Ghost Hunters, but
we were Ghost Hunters before. It was cool.
Yeah. When you could get into cemeteries at night.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's amazing how much I always thought prior to doing that research. I always thought that how we perceive ghosts is what influenced pop culture, but it is very much so far that I've found pop culture that actually changes how we perceive ghosts.
Yes,
and I find that fascinating.
I mean, you kind of nailed it with the Pepper's Ghost. Pepper's Ghost event was big in theater. I mean, before Pepper, it became attributed to him. It was already being used. There were cruder versions, but it was still being used. I have stereo photos that have ghosts on them, and they're rare. I've only been able to find like 3, I think, in the last decade of looking for them. But there's quite a few out there that show ghosts in the stereo photos, but they're transparent. So it's exactly what you would expect. So that influenced how we would see them. Plus, you had like people like the early photographer Mumler that put out his photographs where you had transparent figures. So that had a big effect. You had the Brown Lady of Raymond Hall, 1930s, that really set the stage for what a ghost photograph would look like across the board. But then,
and now you have movies and people's imaginations, and know all the anime and everything that's out there now. People have their own concepts of what things should look like.
Right. I mean, Ghostbusters really set the stage for not only Ghost, the librarian, appearing as she did in the beginning of the film, some of the other ghosts that we see throughout mostly the third act, but also setting the stage for the use of gadgets, electronic gadgets, to try to detect ghosts. But yeah, you're going to have other shows that hit the culture, the pop culture, and have an impact on how we perceive what. And you're right, with Ghost Hunters, they popularized a lot of the different forms. Not necessarily orbs, but like ecto or weird lights in images and stuff like that. So you had that impact on the pop culture.
Yeah. And same with like demons. Like you can look at The Exorcist and how people perceive demons prior to The Exorcist, completely different post Exorcist.
Right.
Right.
And then Ouija boards. Same thing with that movie. Yeah. I think it had 1 minute and 6 seconds of screen time.
Right.
But it completely changed the public's view and opinion on those. I mean, it was a game beforehand. That movie came out, boom, demonic TNT, AT&T, reach out and touch someone kind of thing. So, all right, let's move on. Good. That was a good discussion. I like that. What's the opinion on the dead bell? Oh, waste of money. Waste of money. It is a overly sensitive EMF meter connected to a bell for a novelty. So it's connected to like one of those desk bells, ding, that you summon the hotel clerk or something for. But yeah, I've played with one. Somebody was able to donate it to me, and I loaned it to somebody who could pull the coating off of the. It had a what's that board? That little
Raspberry Pi, or do we know?
Yeah, Raspberry. No, the third one.
Arduino.
Arduino. Yeah. So he was going to pull the code off of that to see like actual specs. But yeah, it had a little sensitivity knob that if you have any stray EMF or magnetic field, basically that's what it is, because it only reacts to the magnetic field.
Yeah, it's
and it pops up. It's a magnetometer. Yeah, not even full electric. Yeah, so it only reacts to the magnetic fields.
Microcontroller.
So yeah, I wouldn't even bother with it. It's if you happen to stumble upon one at a flea market for $1, pick it up. If you see two, pick both up, send one to me. I'll pay for both. But it's just it's just a bell.
If you ever see anything high tech and it's using Arduino, it's not high tech.
It sounds like no, it's not.
This is my world, right? Like I'm a computer engineer, and they can do some amazing things for sure. But it doesn't have the capability to do any kind of like interpretation of the world around it. Like it does not have that processing power.
Right.
It doesn't. And it goes back to like know your equipment. Like why is this important? Like what are the other things that could set this off? Like what are the other possibilities? Right. Is it just a ghost that can set this off, or is there other stuff? And how do I control for that stuff? Why am I bringing this? And for me, it's also like the method. Like if you're just setting up something to have something get detected, like you're trying to prove something, and like you're never going to have enough evidence to successfully prove that something exists, right? That's why for me, disproving is so much more important. You try to disprove everything else that it could be until you're left with the strongest candidate. But if you're just like sitting there and asking questions, I don't know. I don't know if that actually does anything.
We have to understand that when you're with the equipment, it's when it's advertised as it can detect or capture or communicate with ghosts, there's absolutely no evidence to support that. And the people that build them don't supply any of that. They don't give you any of that data. It's just a claim that's made based primarily, if anything, on anecdotes or just, I'm going to say it does. So there's nothing to back that up because, for one, we don't know the qualities of a ghost. There is no established qualities. Therefore, you can't sell something. I mean, they do anyway, but you can't sell something and claim it detects this because of this when you don't know if A or B has anything to do with ghosts. So false advertising right off the bat. And until you know the qualities of it, the only thing that you can do is get that equipment and see what else affects it. What known variables will affect that. Mm-hmm. So with REM pods, you can play with two-way radio. That's just a basic example. You can manipulate it using one of those. So that's something we know. And then you set it up and see what else can affect it, just so you'll have a better understanding and what you can control for in the environment where you're going to set this up. So yeah. All right. Moving on. We're getting down to like 15 minutes, and I know somebody's going to be like, let's go. I want to go home.
Like I get to determine how long the show is. So.
Yeah, it is.
I don't care. I won whenever. I
wasn't invited on. I won, so I feel like I deserve.
I agree. We're playing your song though.
As long as I'm still awake, you're fine.
What do you make of young kids who talk about past lives, which then go on to be proved? My first question would be, where have they been proved?
Yeah.
That's the issue. Like, I know there's been cases where a young kid has allegedly provided information that was verified of someone that had died in another village or something like that. But we have no established information before the researcher got there. And I'm talking about specific cases where usually it's one village talking about someone that died in another village and the kid is recalling events, but there's no accountability for what happened before that researcher got there. So we don't know if the kid was influenced or coached or whatever. So there's issues with the term proved because it's not actually proved. It's interesting, but it's not proved. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, oftentimes in these cases, we don't know how tainted they already are. Like, we're taking the parents for their word. Like, oh, like the parents will have a testimony. There's no way my child can know this. That's your testimony, right? But how do I know you're telling the truth? Two, how do you know that your child can't know this? One thing about children that they do a lot better than adults, and that's learn about the world around them. Because at that age, their brain is still forming, and their brain is literally like in like training mode and learning mode, and they absorb a lot more than we do as adults. And so they will pick stuff up from commercials on TV or funny story about me. The first memory I have of my life is seeing, I think, the second Freddy Krueger, wherever the guy is naked on the wall and Freddy slashes him in the back. That's my first memory as a kid.
Because it was dramatic.
Yeah. My mom said like they were about to take me to the hospital because like I was shaking so bad because I was scared. But they didn't know that I was watching because I came downstairs and I was like watching behind their back and they had no idea. If I didn't get scared and start crying, they would have never known that I had watched the movie.
Wow.
And so you don't know, like as a parent, as scary as this sounds, you don't know the 24/7 facts about your child.
Right.
They're absorbing the world around them. They're taking things in, and they will say stuff that they may not know what they're saying. Like I saw Kit Ford say something like, I think her brother said something about he was a soldier in France. In the war. Do you know how many wars? I don't know, Kit. Yeah, I know you're a skeptic. You don't necessarily believe that, but do you know how many wars France has been in? Like we always think World War II, World War One, but there was the Franco-Prussian War, there was the Crimean War in the 1800s, there was a Revolutionary War, there was the French Revolution. There's so many wars, and that's just like a few hundred years, and those are the big ones. Then I'm not even counting like all the other wars that have occurred. And so we in our brains, we fit the puzzle pieces together, right? Like we are the ones that are like, oh, what if they're talking about World War One? And then the kid may say something else, and then we're like, oh no, they're definitely talking about World War II. And it's you're putting the puzzle pieces together in your own brain. You're not like actually stopping and looking at the facts objectively. You've already decided the child has had a past life experience, and now you are trying to find ways, whether you know it or not, to fit those puzzle pieces together. Right. Versus, let's think critically about this and let's just lay the facts out and try to figure out if the child was in a past life. And you're right. We don't have any evidence of any kid ever confirming or teaching us something, as far as I'm aware, about the past. And that's the important part. It's one thing for a kid to claim they're from the past. It's another thing for them to actually show us something and like prove how to. So, hey, let me tell you about me. I am not sitting here claiming I'm a genius. Far from it. But as a kid, my grandparents bought me Encyclopedia Britannica and like the physical encyclopedias. And whenever we would ride around, like as soon as I could start learning, when I was bored, I didn't play Nintendo. I read Encyclopedia Britannica. And my parents had no idea. Like that's just what I would do. When I would ride with them, in the back of the car, I would take one of the encyclopedias, wouldn't tell them because they were really expensive. They would get mad at me, but I would read it all the way. And they would have no idea how I would know all these like little facts here and there. Same thing with the computer, right? Like I got on my computer as a kid, and one day they saw that I was interested, and they actually paid someone to come teach me about the computer. I wound up teaching them, because I had used the computer so much that I had learned stuff that they had no idea about. And my parents clearly didn't know that, or else they wouldn't have paid someone to come visit me. And so as a 3-year-old, I know 3-year-old, most 3-year-olds can't read, but the point is that they're still learning about the world around them. And if there's a TV on and it's playing and the History Channel's on, and they're talking about World War II, you may be in the kitchen cooking, half paying attention, or on your cell phone while the show's on, but they are absorbing everything that's on TV.
Right.
And they're going to repeat it later on. That's just what kids do. I did it as a kid. I made my grandparents waste a lot of money on a private tutor for a computer. It's just what kids do. And the human brain is incredible and amazing. And I don't want to dismiss a child's ability to learn, because they are really good at it. Right. Even if they don't understand, they take everything in. They'll go vacuum cleaner. I'm trying to extend this to 10 o'clock as much as I can.
Oh, so. we're gonna, don't worry.
Yeah.
Because I want to add, like, there's 2 things I want to add. One is, again, it comes back to accountability. If you can't account for what's going on prior to such a claim, then we can make assumptions on both sides. So if people are leaning more towards the belief that past lives exist and this is proof of it, I can also use the same but opposite side of that coin logic and saying, well, we don't know what they did beforehand. We don't know what they were exposed to. We don't know what the parents might have said before everybody started taking a look at it. So who knows what they were exposed to? Maybe they did have information. Maybe they were taught. Maybe it was just something they were sitting there listening to and picked up information and started talking. Similar to imaginary friends or someone with an imagination, bringing these real world events into their imagination and speaking about it. The other thing is the culture that they've grown up in. If they're growing up in like a place like India, where it's part of the culture, that's a huge part of the belief and the culture in that area, and it's encouraged. So if somebody were to say, oh, I heard about this because they spoke about something that a kid spoke about something they heard the night before, it's not going to be dismissed. It's not, I doubt there's going to be skepticism about it. I think it's going to be embraced and encouraged that, oh, this is the reincarnation of somebody. Yeah. Let's find out who. There's not a question of if, it's a question of, oh, let's just find out who it is, because it's real, because they already assume that it is. So I think that has to be taken into account too. So
and one more thing too, I always notice that the children always have typically like a Western. They come from a Western background. It's never like, oh yeah, I was a Polynesian in the 64 BC time frame. It's always something that's familiar to us, and I find that curious, right? It never seems to be like a culture or a people that don't have some kind of like Western influence. So take that as you will.
We also have to look at the alleged facts. Keep in mind that a lot of the stories that we hear about these things are so far down the line from the original source.
Yeah.
That you can't say that there's much accuracy to it until you start digging. And you really have to dig into any kind of original reports. And even those, it goes back to, when did the researchers get there? Was this like a day later, or was it months later? We have to take that into account, because that's a lot of influence and filling in the gaps. And we have to look at the original source anyway, because maybe it changed by the time you hear the story, because maybe it was printed in a newspaper article where some facts were left out. I'm not saying that there always are, but we have to always consider it. That's why we research. Print it in a newspaper article. Then it became into a book about paranormal topics or past lives, where it was a very supernatural or paranormal believer author, and they exploited the story, because that has happened. That is something that happens. So we always have to consider that. So, all right. Should we play your song, take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll finish up? I know we got a couple questions. All right. We're going to play Donna's song. Yay! Because we don't get to play that too often. And then we'll be back. This is a shorter break. It's only 2 minutes and 35 seconds. So we'll see you back here in that time. You ready? You ready? Go.
In the skeptical helper, there's a guiding star, keeping chats in line. She's the queen of the bar, with a wink and a smile. She keeps things flowing. Divine Donna's on the scene to keep you from trolling. Divine Donna, watch her keep the show on track. Moderates with flair, she's got your back. With her love, Kenny Biddle every Friday night. In the skeptical help bar, she's a delight. Start your questions with a capital Q, so Donna can pose them for you. Follow the Swayze rule and be nice, or she'll kick you out for life. Divine Donna, watch her keep the show on track. Moderates with flair, she's got your back. With her love, Kenny Biddle every Friday night. In the skeptical help bar, she's a delight. Rarely says a word, unlike her hubby. Doesn't let the show run into hour 3. She may be quiet, but she reads all the chats. So say hi, or thanks, she deserves that. Divine Donna, watch her keep the show on track. Moderates with flair, she's got your back. With her love, Kenny Biddle every Friday night. In the skeptical help bar, she's a delight. Rarely says a word, unlike her hubby. Doesn't let the show run into hour 3. She may be quiet, but she reads all the chats. So say hi, or thanks, she deserves that. Divine Donna, watch her keep the show on track. Moderates with flair, she's got your back. with her love, Kenny Biddle every Friday night. In the Skeptical Help Bar, she's a delight. In the Skeptical Help Bar, she's a delight.
Boom.
Hey.
All right.
Such a delight.
Yay. All right.
Sometimes.
You're in the bacon hour.
I know, right? Like so hungry.
Oh, you grabbed.
I grabbed
Oh,
stuff,
grab
but I
pretzels.
didn't get a
We'll have
chance
to
to
see if
open
there's
it yet.
leftovers. There might be leftovers in the fridge.
I opened the fridge. There was nothing in there. They put it down there. Oh, I
Mhm.
didn't have time to go that way.
I know where they put it. Don't worry. All right. What else we got?
Here we go.
What's your thoughts on fakers copyright striking channels? Oh, I was wondering when this question would come up recently. And why do you think they are doing it? So this is referring to Beardo and his issue with getting 3 copyright strikes on his channel all at the same time. All right. So do you know about this at all, John?
I love Beardo and all you guys. I unfortunately don't watch too much of their stuff. So
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
I live in a different world. I hang out with more paranormal people, so I live in a different world.
So, I mean, my thoughts on it are just, I don't make it a practice of calling people fake. I will say that up front. I don't like saying they're fakers. They fake this. They're full of shit. Like, I mean, well, actually, I'll retract that last part. I do say people are full of shit. But coming out and saying
He
people
says that
are
a lot.
fake.
I was about to say it's like one of the main things you said.
Shut up.
I got your back.
It comes down to an issue where I've talked about burden of proof. I've talked about making claims. So when you make a claim, the burden of proof is on you. If you make the claim, it's up to you to provide sufficient evidence of that. In many of the cases, when we look at and review other people's videos, and especially if you're not well versed in certain areas, like photography or like really good in video editing, saying someone's fake or faking it. I mean, it might be obvious. I'll give you that, but without sufficient evidence, it's sometimes hard, especially when you're dealing with videos, because videos do create like artifacts around other objects. Doesn't mean that they were placed in there or overlaid or inserted. Sometimes that just happens. If it's a low quality image, it creates artifacts and it could give the appearance of looking fake. What I'm getting at here is that when I do my videos, I always think you should say, this is why I don't think it's real. I don't think they're being honest here. But making an accusation and then name calling, that's a problem. When it comes to the copyright strikes, I think it's people taking advantage of the system and saying, hey, I don't like what you're saying about me. And instead of addressing it like a grown-up, they say, hey, I'm going to do the worst possible thing I can do to you. And that is get your channel taken down. And I'm going to call my friends and have them complain too and file these copyright strikes. I don't think that's fair. I think that's abusing the system. And I think that if you put out content claiming something is, like in this case, obviously it's paranormal, and somebody else says, no, I think you staged it or you faked it, then respond to that. Respond to that and show the evidence. I mean, if you have the data to back it up, show it. Be an adult about it. Talk about it. Reach out. There's been several times with like Side-Eye Guy and even with Beardo where they've reached out. People have reached out to them and they've talked about it, which is, I think, what we should do. But I think it does start with not going out and name calling people. Yeah. That's why we try not to do that here too much, except for Zach Baggett. He doesn't count. Just not name calling.
He's a person too.
Yeah, but he's
Is he though?
Is he? Is he really?
John.
Where's your evidence?
I mean, I'm trying to stay neutral in this because I don't want to take sides. I don't think you should abuse the system to get someone literally fired from their job like this. Because that's what it is. That's his job. And you're getting him fired from his job and you're taking income away from him and his family. But I also think you can approach it from the other end a little differently and take the name calling out and focus on what's being presented. And then the other people in response, the fakers, should respond in kind and say, hey, this is why it's not fake. Here's the original footage. Here's this, here's that. That's how you progress. When there's a breakdown of that conversation and that communication, then you have stupid shit like this. And I also want to say, because I'm going to go on my pedestal here and say that I enjoy people that watch this show. I enjoy everyone that watches this, that is a member of the channel, that reads the work that I do. And I'm glad that you like my work. But don't just defend me just to defend me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like when people are beyond loyal and will go attack someone else just because someone called me an asshole. Like, we don't have to do that. And I hope that's coming across right. I appreciate everyone that likes what I do. Just don't blindly defend me against something.
And you're also an asshole, so they would be correct when they say
exactly. I mean, I acknowledge that, but
it goes both ways.
But I like with the copyright stuff. I think they abused the system because they reached out to everyone and said, "Oh, let's gang up on him," and you see that drama in these communities where it's like, "Oh, you made fun of someone that I like. I'm going to come over and give you like 1 star, or I'm going to give you a thumbs down, or I'm going to, say something negative to you." There's no need for that. There's really no need for that. If you want to support people that you like, support them, but don't cause trouble somewhere else. I hope that came across okay. And again, like I like Beardo. I'm friends with him, obviously, because we've done stuff together. I'm continue to do work with him and collaborate whenever I can, because I think it's fun. We do work well together, and I don't think it's right that he had to go through that. And I don't know all the circumstances. I want to say that too. I don't know the circumstances that led up to that. I do know he likes to call people fake a lot, which I would advise backing off of that, and especially when you put it in like thumbnails and stuff, because that's, again, you're making a claim and sometimes we're wrong. So that's why when I put out videos, I don't put them out every other day or every week, because it takes me so long to work on them, because I'm making sure everything that I'm going to put in there is backed up and correct and double checked and triple checked, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. And possibly like 5 minutes after I post the video, someone's going, you did this wrong, and here's why you did it wrong. And I'm like, fuck, there goes my whole video. All right. So I hope everyone understands what I'm talking about. So,
yes, we got, I think out of that, I got that you're an asshole. I think that's,
yeah. And I mean, I don't think you should just try to get, again, someone fired for their opinion. And that's across the board. I mean, that's in all different things. I mean, if you have an opinion, you have an opinion. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to call your employer and try to get you fired. I think that's shitty.
And that's what's going on.
That's what happened.
They're
and
hanging up. Yeah.
I think that was so wrong.
It's actually one of the reasons I haven't launched my YouTube channel yet, because I wanted to do all the. I'd actually planned on launch like a year ago. I wanted to do like all the groundwork with like reading about stuff. That's one of the things I've been trying to navigate and figure out, is like how to like quote someone and use like rightful attribution without getting copyright struck.
Right.
And I read a lot of stories about that, of people like abusing the copyright system just to get back at people. And that sucks. And so, yeah, it's another reason I've just been reading about trying to like game plan of how I'm going to do videos and stuff. So I get it. I mean,
we do have the right to criticize. We do have the right. Fair use is out there. It's the thing. The problem is fair use is subjective.
Right.
And when it comes to court cases, it is subjective. It's not clearly defined. So you can, I mean, if you take 30 seconds of someone's video or a 2 lines out of someone's book to critique it, you can say fair use. But if the owner wants to go, if the copyright owner wants to fight it, you know, he could say, like, you took too much.
Right.
You know, you could have taken 1 line. You know, it's a sliding scale, and it depends on the court system and the judge that you get. So it's not cut and dry or black and white. So yeah, you can abuse it that way too. I mean, I am fully behind fair use. If you put it out there, it's open to critique. And I mean, when you do fair use, you do have to do certain things. You have to change the format a little bit and make it, rework it so that it's not exactly the same. Like, I can't steal a video you made, John, and put it on my channel and say, look what I did.
How dare you?
I know, right? I got balls.
I made a video.
But that's it, you know. But I can take sections of it and put it in a smaller screen and look at it and review it. I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. And if the original content creator doesn't like it, you know, my first response is too fucking bad. It's, you put it out there, you know.
Right.
And my second response is, if you don't like what I said, show me the work that shuts me up. I will gladly look at it and I will gladly shut up. I'll apologize if I'm wrong, and then I'll shut up. But you got to show it to me.
Oh, you got someone here. All
right. Some people's opinions are harmful and incorrect, and they need to be stopped.
Yeah, but then the question is, yes, but who defines harm? Like, who defines harm? Who defines incorrect? And
right,
how do we stop them? Because
my side wasn't towards you, Lara. It was just like, how do I approach this? What'd you say? It was. I didn't hear that. You're muted. Oh.
You're talking about the whole chat. You're saying awful things about them earlier. I remember.
Shut up, bitch. I will boot you.
I'm being nice.
I'm not going to get into politics here. I'm just giving you a heads up in the chat. Like, we don't get into politics here, so I'm not going to address that. But yeah, I think some people do need to be censored, but it does come down to, I guess it's the same way we I don't even know how to say that. I think it comes down to the question, like, who's deciding what? And I think, yeah, if there's a majority and it's in the best interest of people involved or the country, then yeah, I think some people should be silenced.
The other problem with silencing people, I am not saying you should never silence somebody, but the other problem with silencing someone is you don't destroy their community. Their community just becomes more insular and they become more closed. And those people are going to continue to follow that particular person. And now you've closed them off even more. And so the people that are victims of the kind of people that are doing these bad things, they're going to continue to be victims, except now they're only even more so closed off. They have even less hope of breaking out. And so, I mean, there are some good reasons sometimes to not totally shut someone off. I don't think there's like a cut and dry, like, oh, if this person says X, we need to get rid of them. If this person says Y, we can keep them around. For me, I think open communication and being open and talking with people, even if they have terrible opinions and are terrible people, I believe in redemption. I believe that people can be better and people can change their mind. And I feel like people are worthy enough and have value that we should give them a chance to change their mind and like have conversations with people. And then if they proceed to not want to change their mind and continue to do harmful things, okay, we can consider that.
Yeah,
but just like cutting people off, I don't know if it's always
reading the chat, and I'm in with them, because like medical misinformation, yes, can be harmful.
Yeah.
It can kill people, and if that kind of information is out there, I'm all for shutting them down.
It depends, yeah.
Because
For
that's yeah, it will lead to people losing their lives or getting hurt or suffering or something like that. So yeah, it's hard. This is a very difficult question to answer because it's like I don't want to force my opinion on everyone else. So I guess I look at the consensus, but I'm going to voice my opinion. But then again, what if the majority don't agree with me and they want to shut me up?
All right, let's move on because we're going to run out of time.
See, I'm being censored.
Wow. I see some censorship over here right now.
Right.
Cutting him off.
Got
New
shut
question.
down.
Let's go.
Do you think that we're the only planet with intelligent life in the universe?
I mean,
That's a big place.
I don't know, but statistically, no. I don't think so. Just looking at stats and probabilities, but
Right.
what if we are?
Don't know. I mean, we have not been able to visit even the closest habitable planet. So don't know. I have no idea. I would hope not. I would hope that we're not alone. But I want to skip physics and go right to the Star Wars idea that we can still travel light speed and make it to a place in an hour or two. And no time has passed anywhere else. There's no relativity. We skip all that shit and everything is fine. We can light years and be there in a few minutes and be like, oh yeah, we're cool. We're still all the same age. No big deal. So yeah, that was quick.
Aliens scare me. I think they're the scariest of the paranormal things.
Do movie aliens scare you or real aliens? Because we've never met a real alien.
I know. And I think the concept of real aliens is even more terrifying than movie aliens. Because movie aliens are just scary humans. Like an alien that like you cannot comprehend that's like just so advanced, like beyond our imagination. Like imagine being in ancient Rome and then like some Navy SEALs show up with like their cell phones and stuff.
Magic.
They would have no idea, right? And like imagine like an alien species like a million years further along than us. We couldn't even comprehend. It's terrifying to even think about. Like I look at it,
no.
I look at an ant, and an ant has no concept of me. They can't even understand that I'm looking at them. They're like I'm above them. They have no concept of like what I'm doing. For like an alien to come, it's so terrifying to look up like Cthulhu just being there, and it's just like beyond
maybe we are their aliens.
It's terrifying.
And maybe for the little ant, maybe we are their aliens.
Maybe, and we go unnoticed. Maybe they just don't. We're too big, and maybe that's what it is. We are ants to the aliens.
Yeah, that's one of the theories.
Oh man.
Well, I'll answer this real quick for Kit. The aliens in and of themselves are not paranormal. The idea that aliens are currently visiting us and are super secret and the government's hiding them, that's paranormal. So that
falls into the paranormal umbrella. But yeah. I know it's gonna take more than a few minutes to get to what is it, Alpha Centauri?
Yes,
closest door. Yeah. I know, but again, Star Wars, like, oh, let's go to Alderaan. Okay, let's put the calculations and we'll be there in a little bit. They didn't even take a nap. It was going to be quick enough that they were going to stay awake. So,
All right, ready?
All right, I'm ready. Donna wants to go home. Yes, I did like the dragon. Thank you, Pinky. I appreciate that. That was awesome. What would you consider unrefutable proof of the paranormal?
I mean, all proof is refutable. If like that's the goal, right? All truth is provisional until we see otherwise. So, I mean, for me, it's not a thing that needs to happen. It's just it needs to follow science. Like, and I actually saw a comment way earlier. People think like the paranormal can't be reproduced in the lab. Why is that? Well, one, when people who claim that ghosts exist, can you touch a ghost? Can you feel a ghost? Can you smell a ghost? Can you see a ghost? If it aligns with the five senses, guess what you can do? You can reproduce that in the lab, because that's where science exists. It exists in the realm of experience. Anything outside of experience, that's beyond the realm of science, right? But if it's experiential, it very much is within the realm of science. And so we have to ask ourselves, why can't we bring ghosts to labs? It is one of the answers, well, because ghosts don't exist. That's a possible answer, right? But no, you can definitely, if ghosts are real, they can be shown to exist in a lab by definition of what science is.
Right.
And so for me, it's just a proper experiment with proper protocols that's repeatable by multiple people, especially by people who don't believe in ghosts, that are able to show that ghosts are real. For me, like, however they can do that, I don't care like what that looks like, but however they can figure that out, that for me, that would be as close as you could get to any kind of unrefutable proof.
Right.
For me.
And yeah, I mean, then it would be, there's a couple things. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is that the comment about the paranormal can't be replicated or reproduced in the lab. Mm-hmm. Like you said, why not? Right. Why? Is because any excuse, and I'm going to try and be careful how I say this, any excuse as to why it cannot be reproduced in the lab is complete speculation, because there is no known reason that it can't be. There's no known valid reason that it cannot be, because one, you can create a lab almost anywhere if you want to, if you set your mind to it. I mean, but some things that are considered paranormal, and again, paranormal is an umbrella term. It's not one specific thing. It's an umbrella term. So you can take aspects of the paranormal, like a lot of psi experiments are taken into the lab. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. So obviously that would refute that original claim already. But there, if you can experience something outside of the lab, you can bring the lab to the location, if that's the case. But even if so, why can't it happen in the lab?
Right.
You know, yeah. Again, it would just be, and this is a harsh way of saying it, but if you give an excuse as to why that can't happen, you're making up an excuse, because you don't have any evidence to back that up.
And Dragon Ranger just said something. We can't touch, see, hear, smell, taste, magnetism, but it's accepted as fact as well. My point with that is there's more than just five senses. Like, if you actually go look up how many senses a human has, it's a lot. It's a whole lot of senses. This is a sense. Like, being able to touch your nose and like knowing where your body is without seeing it is considered a sense. So there's all sorts of senses. It's more than just the five. What I mean by that is science lives within experience. So let's get technical, because it's after 10, and if you stuck around, you're interested. Don't
take too long. I'm going to get a look.
I'll try not to. I'm only going to use two big words, Donna. So like within the realm of knowledge, so we have this, I guess, three. So there's the study of epistemology, which is like the study of knowledge. There's two basic kinds of knowledge: a priori, a posteriori. You never have to remember those ever again, unless if you want to use a big word. All that means is one is like before experience. So it's knowledge gained that has nothing to do with experience. And then there's knowledge that has everything to do with experience, like something you can experience. Mm-hmm. With magnetism, we can experience magnetism, right? Like I can hold two magnets together and bloop, they fit together, right? So that's an experience that we can have. Science fits within that. You could describe something mathematically. I know that doesn't seem like an experience, but that is experiential. We can describe magnetism using math. We can apply that math. We can come up with a hypothesis using that math, and then we can actually prove our hypothesis using scientific experimentation to prove that magnetism exists and prove the math correct, right? And so that's where science exists. Questions that science can't answer are, is capital punishment okay? That's an outside of an experience question, right? Science can't answer. Science can't answer. This is the last one, Don. I'll move on. Science can't answer. Are all bachelors single men? Well, that's a definition that has nothing to do with experience, right? Like we know, like we have words that are defined that have nothing to do with experience. That's outside of the realm of science, and that's where it gets inside other realms of other thoughts and different things that preclude science. So
Not something to bring up at the end of the show.
yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Maybe if everyone stuck around, it's the ones that were interested in.
Oh my goodness! All right, are we good? Do we have more?
Also, Bob said something too. I wanted to say real quick. Sorry. There are claims, Bob, that people can smell ghosts. Like in Gettysburg, for example, there's a claim that you could smell like ghost smells, like cigars and things like that. So there are claims of ghost smells as well.
So there's claims, and I want to make that distinction,
Right.
Because there's claims of experiences. Claims with experiences. People experience something, and they make a claim based on their belief.
Correct.
It doesn't actually mean that their belief is actually what caused the experience. So that's important to keep in mind. All right. So next
you guys
question.
just want to talk tonight?
We like talking.
Yeah.
He's just as I am.
Oh my god.
My show.
Kenny, did you work on your books at all this year? No, not the other person. No, I only worked on the other person's.
He didn't even open it.
But it's I can't technically say it's the other person's book because it's going to be partially my book. So you'll that's all I can say. You'll find out later.
But he did not work on his book.
Okay, next question. That's all I can say.
Mm.
Damn it, no more questions. I was just going to ask if anyone was going to celebrate Festivus. Just like the rest of us. Okay. Is that it? Are we good?
Yeah. Anybody
right.
gonna celebrate Festivus?
Or
You
yeah.
didn't answer that question.
When is Festivus?
Yeah, when is Festivus?
When is
How
Festivus?
does one celebrate Festivus? That's the 23rd.
You get the what is it? The broomstick pole or just the plain
Oh,
pole?
the poll.
December 23rd.
The 23rd.
Yeah.
The airing of grievances, telling
Yes.
people how they've disappointed you.
It's from Seinfeld.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's
So we're supposed to have a show and everybody just come on and bitch about everybody else? Is that what this is
the
about?
airing of grievances, the feats of strength, the aluminum pole, aluminum pole, Festivus dinner, and Festivus miracles, which I don't know what they are. But yeah, it's you're supposed to put like that little.
Feats of
You get the
strength
two
and
pieces of
airing
wood
of
that
grievances.
make the X, and then an aluminum pole that go, and that's your Festivus decoration.
The Festivus pole.
We should do that. I'm going to make that. I have a pole. Yeah.
Why do you have a poll?
Hey, we're not going to answer that.
Are they not paying you enough money there? Like we have to work a second job?
You'd be surprised the shit that I have in this office.
What kind of experiments have you been doing?
Conversations come up, weird stuff throughout the day. It's like, hey, have you ever seen one of these? Yeah, I have. Here it is. I got one.
You got to test the claim sometimes. I get it.
That's a Tuesday. Kenny's TikTok. Yes. Yeah, we'll do
You're
a
gonna celebrate
Festivus.
Festivus
Ooh,
on your
yeah,
TikTok.
we'll do a Festivus TikTok on Tuesday. Yeah, I'll try to make my Festivus poll by then
Oh my god.
and have it in the background. So, all right. So I think we're done. We're gonna. Oh, Julianne has surgery. I just want to say I hope the surgery goes well, quick recovery, and all of that. And I hope it doesn't take too long, and you don't
When's
feel weird. afterwards.
Christmas?
When's Kits? Are you making shit up now?
No, it's
That's
real.
when her birthday is.
Oh,
We're gonna call it Kitsmas, but I don't know when
Kitsmas.
it is.
Kitsmas. God. Making shit up.
January 2nd.
Wow. You have one of those bad birthdays like me. Like, kid, did everyone always combine your Christmas and birthday? Like mine's January 10th, and I feel like everyone just combines my Christmas and birthday. It's the
I
worst.
feel like anybody in January gets like slighted.
Yeah, my mom's birthday is the 25th. Like hers is Christmas Day, and she does
Wow.
not get separate presents.
Yeah,
bad.
it's horrible. I think they should like celebrate it in like halfway a year.
You know,
You know,
for someone that wanted
6
to end the
months.
show because we're talking
Oh, Donna.
that stuff.
I've
We're
been
talking
talk-
more.
I've been quiet.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody's
Now you're
there.
talking.
Donna, how are you doing? Tell us some facts about you, Donna.
Donna's had a rough week.
But
I'm
you
doing
want to talk
okay.
about it?
I'm surviving.
We're doing good. We're doing
You
all
want to talk
right.
about it on the show?
You know what? Because in addition to work, we just had new gutters installed,
Yeah.
and then we finished almost most of the kitchen. The kitchen is almost done, and that took up a lot of time too. So working at home and here, so that's why I've been so busy and not sending books to the wrong people. Like I said, I think I'm just going to make a little care package and just send it out to a whole bunch of people. So if you're on my list that I've already sent things to, you might be getting something extra sometime, probably in January, by the time I get them out in the mail.
Yeah, right. Don't expect it
because
this
it takes
year.
a while. But I have to
Definitely
send
on
out
this.
stuff. And again, like I need Pharaoh Gothgale. If anyone knows
Yeah, she wasn't
who
in
that
here
is,
tonight.
I need her address. I'm assuming it's her. And also Panda. I can't remember the rest of her name though. I couldn't find.
Is it
she's
Panda
been-
Kaisen?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's from so Jujutsu Kaisen's an anime. There's a panda character.
I don't remember the rest of the name.
It's
I
Panda
know it's
Kaisen.
Panda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. As I saw that name, I was like, I love Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. So I need the addresses because they both won bookmarks or bottle openers. I might just send bookmarks too.
I could find their I could at least find Panda Kaisen's. Yeah, I've got their YouTube. I don't know if
Oh,
you can
yeah.
contact
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, reach out if you can and just let them know I need an address. I don't have one.
Try to find them.
And then I'll hopefully I'll send out stuff to everyone and get it right. Now I owe somebody a book. Adrian, right? Wasn't Adrian
Yeah.
I owe a book too?
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know.
It was Adrian Yod me.
I sent her book to Blast Rights.
Right.
I'll see if I can get another one and then make that right because that bothers
Yeah, I think you owed me, Bob, and Kat a bookmark.
Yeah, okay.
Tim says he gets the Kraken bottle.
Yeah, I can crack a bottle. Yep. Yeah.
Trying to get stuff for our chat here. It's the least I could do.
Oh, all right. All right. So we're gonna wrap this
No,
up.
you don't have to send the book back. Blast Rights.
Yeah, don't no,
No.
don't send it back. Don't send it back. You
Enjoy
keep it. I can get another one.
Yeah.
I'll get another one and send it out. And then I still owe you a bottle opener because I want to make sure.
Kenny doesn't know how to read anyways. Like he doesn't want his books back.
I read them. I read it and then I put it in a pile. And then when I get another one, no, I keep all my books. I don't get rid of them.
I do too. I
keep
have
them
all my books from seminary. I have those encyclopedias I was talking about. I still have them. Like, I
That's
still
kind
have
of cool, though.
That's
You
cool,
know,
yeah.
that's kind of cool
Mhm.
to
I
have
like
something
that.
like that. Because
Yeah.
encyclopedias went like right in the trash. You know.
Yeah.
As soon as-
Yeah, you don't see a good encyclopedia set
Set.
anymore.
I don't know. Our
Mhm.
kids don't even know what they are.
Once in a while, I'll see them at like a one of those old bookstores that take in donations. Like I'll see it in there, and I'm always tempted. Like, do I want to? And then I'm like, most of the information is probably good. Some of it's going to be outdated.
Outdated. Yeah.
Uh,
I like
definitely
I like them when they're outdated. I
But
like
that-
them when they're outdated.
Yeah, because that gives you a timeline
Yeah.
of when things were accepted or not accepted, and so it's actually helpful.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I find it fascinating. And like I have a really old atlas. Oh man, that's so cool. Like to look at like all the old countries and stuff. And
Yeah.
predictions of the future. I love retrofuturism where you look at predictions of the future. that was
Yes.
made in the
Yes.
past.
Like
Oh, those
what
are
they
so
think
good.
of the 20th century and
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
We watched the video.
Yeah, we
didn't
did.
We watched the video. It was from the 1960s, of what the year 2000 would look like.
Uh-huh.
She can see your screen.
Oh,
You're not high. She has a screen.
no, she has no idea. No, keep going. No, this is
It's
fine.
all right.
But
It's
it
only
was
10:30.
it was showing what the modern home would look like in the year 2000, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Looking, it was still the old. I mean, they were talking about having computers, which was actually really cool. They had a tabletop computer, which was more like a typewriter built into a TV screen. But a kid was doing homework, and it was doing that old dot matrix printout kind of thing. And then they had different computers for like stocks and the weather. Remember, it was like separate computers.
Yeah.
But the screens were just slides. They were like the old school slide projector. That was it. And then they had this big, like everything was still like the retro kind of look. I mean, it was kind of cool looking, but nowhere near what it really was. So it was actually cool seeing that. I really like that.
In the 1800s, they were predicting everyone's going to be flying around. In like it was like by the 1950s, like they had like it was pretty close. Like it looked like cars because they had no concept of cars at the time, but it looked like cars, but they had like wings. Like that actually moved, and they were like flapping through the air, but also people had like their own like personal wings and stuff. It was fascinating. They thought that everything was going to be like flying around with wings. That was just how people were going to travel.
That would be awesome, really.
That would be great.
Jump this up here and say that if anyone does want to send me a book or a postcard, I like mail. You can send it here. Make sure you get the care of Skeptical Inquirer, but send it to me. If you have old ghost hunting equipment that you don't use anymore and you want to get rid of it and donate it, because I can't buy it all, but if you want to donate it just to get rid of it, feel free to send it to me, especially if I don't have it. I'll take it apart.
Send bacon.
Know what it is. Don't send bacon.
It's saying
do not send bacon.
Send bacon.
But that would look, or if you want to donate to the CFI libraries,
that'd be awesome. I'd fry up a whole bunch of bacon.
You can send it here, and you can put a little note in it and say for the CFI libraries, and then I will pass it on to Tim, and he will include it in the libraries, and it'll be here forever, and which is awesome because then we can all access it.
Old periodicals, he says.
Old periodicals, okay, yeah, stuff like that. We love like old like sets of magazines and stuff, newsletters.
Here's a question.
Do you want actual opaque projector from the 50s? Like the transparency slide one? I don't know. I don't have a place for it. And I think, do we have one, Tim? Do we have something like that? I think we have a scanner downstairs.
I don't know.
Let me get back to you on that. I'll let you know. But thank you. I appreciate the offer. Yeah, let me get back to you on that. Because I like having different formats.
Yeah, just
in case something comes up and people are like,
no.
Oh, no opaque? Oh, well then, yeah. Let's chat.
Leanne, yeah.
Let me
catch up with
Kenny. That's let me put that up there again. You send it right there if you want to. All right. Otherwise, we're done. We're gonna head out. So everyone have a great weekend. Have a great holiday.
Is it a camera?
Is it a camera?
She said it's a projector.
It's a project. Yeah, I think is it the overhead projector? Is that what we're talking about? I gotta look it up because I'm curious now. Let's look.
While he's looking that up, I will say if you have a third thing of the same exact thing for some reason, and after you send it to Kenny and after you send it to CFI, I will gladly take also any kind of paranormal equipment you have as well.
Awesome. Yeah, send it to John.
So I'm in the same camp. I'm actually also looking for specifically allegedly haunted items for a table I'm going to be doing at paranormal conferences. So
I can send you something.
Yeah, no, I would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask you because I didn't know if your museum was traveling or not.
Oh, I got plenty of stuff. I mean, years and years of donations and stuff. So I can send you one, and I'll send you like the story that they gave me,
cool.
and all that. So
what I want to do is I want to So like I'm gonna have a table. This is actually from Shane in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here. But I talked to Shane about his table, and he's letting me borrow a lot of his ideas. But another one of the ideas that I want to do after talking with Tim is I want to have like an allegedly haunted item and a not haunted item. And I would like for them to be as close looking as possible. And I want ghost hunters and whoever else, like I'll have it behind me, and like I want them to go and use their equipment, use whatever, and tell me which one do they think is the allegedly haunted item using whatever techniques that they have the ability to. And I'd like to tally that and have like a running total for all the conferences I go to see how accurate people's methods are.
Right.
That's just
Or
an
you
idea.
can just stick a magnet in one of them. I don't really screw people up.
Be as legit as possible. I don't want to trick people.
Like, wow, your EMF meter is going crazy. What's that about?
That's really weird. Why is that going on? That K2 meter is going wild.
Oh shit. All right. I am gonna end it now. So everyone have a great weekend, great holiday. If you celebrate, enjoy it. I hope you have a good time. Julie, and good luck on your surgery. Hope you get well quick. John, stick around till after the outro. Don't go anywhere. Anything else? We got announcements. Do we have announcements?
Yeah, on Christmas Day, you and me will be on
Beardo's
live.
No One Alone on Christmas live stream marathon. Yes.
At
6 p.m.
between
Eastern
6
time.
to 7.
So we'll be broadcasting from home. So you'll actually see, it's one of the rare times you'll get to see Donna on camera. So
You're lucky, yeah.
Yeah, I know. So you want to tune in just for that and see her.
Who knows
make
what I'm
fun of
going to
me in
look
person.
like at 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what we're having for dinner now. It's like
6 p.m. Eastern time on our YouTube channel. We'll be broadcasting on the YouTube channel, not on Facebook. But there'll be a bunch of other people also on there. So make sure you check the list. I'll post the list in both YouTube and Facebook so you guys can see the schedule. And if there's anyone you want to check out.
and are we having a show next Friday?
We are
Boxing Day, Cat Max says.
Boxing Day? What's that?
It's a
That's
Canadian.
the Canadian holiday.
Oh, as far as I know, we will be. It's a day after Christmas. So yeah, you're good. You don't
Friday,
have anything, right? Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't
So
think
yeah,
so.
we're
No.
gonna plan on having a show
I
next
don't
Friday.
plan on going anywhere. So.
And then I think that's pretty much it for announcements, except for hold on a second. Let me get it up here. There we go. PsyCon, June 11th to 14th. Registration is open. If you would like to register or check it out, you can click on the QR code right there in the corner over Donna's face, and that'll take you right to the registration site and check it out. There's a lot of good speakers. Bill Nye is going to be there. The full schedule is not up yet because it has not been completely finalized. We have all the speakers. It's just working out the schedule and where everyone's speaking, and we're still waiting for a few to chime in.
And
So
Tim says he'll give you a tour.
yeah, we are doing tours here if you're interested, because the conference is here in Buffalo, and Thursday we are doing 2 tours. We officially sold out the first tour.
Woohoo!
So the first event for PsyCon is our event. Me and Tim Benga, we're going to be doing tours here at the headquarters. You can come out. We sold out the first one. The second one is going to be open, if it's not already, open for tickets. And I think it's to like 55 or 58 people per time slot. So if you're interested, come on out. You'll get to see the facility. You can see my office where I'm doing this here, if that's something that you want to see. Display cases, all the stuff, and hopefully the new project might be open by then, which I'm not allowed to talk about. I'm sure Tim Bing is going to yell at me for talking about it, but there we go.
And Damn It Bob is going to be on next month. He's very excited.
Yes, I do. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I do have. Let me hold on. Stop it. My phone's doing stuff that I'm telling it to do that I don't want it to do. So yeah. yeah, he's going to be on, and we're going to schedule that, and that's going to be fun. We're going to have a fun show. I'm not going to give it away yet, but we're going to have a fun show. And that's it, right? Is that it? I think that's
guess.
it. All right. So everyone, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Also, I'm going to change the QR code. That's my merch if you want to buy anything. If you want to check it out. There it is.
We should move it down to the bottom corner here.
Can't. That's where it goes.
Oh,
yeah. It's not customizable that way. It just, I have to move you down. I got to move you so you're like right here, because that's more where you are in relation to me. So we're going to do that. And then last QR code I'm going to put up is that one. Now that's a little different. That goes to my Skeptical Inquirer page, my authors page. So if you're interested in any of the work I do, the articles or videos, you can check them out by clicking on that. Not clicking, but taking a picture. And I think that's it. I don't think you can just click on that.
Can you put like a name thing in it so you know what it is?
It doesn't. Again, it's not customizable. I can't do anything like that yet. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it, and we will see you guys next week. So remember,
and happy holidays.
Never stop learning.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey, diddle diddle, here's a little riddle. Who's the best debunker? Is it Kenny Biddle? Oh, he's good, not just a little. Not at the bottom or even the middle. Strike a chord like a fiddle. Tasting the rainbow like a Skittle. That's fragile and brittle. You can watch him take a problem and start to riddle the problem away. He does not play. He takes his job so seriously. He loves a challenge and won't turn you away. He's such a skeptic, he keeps stones, believers exposing the fake. It wouldn't take him long to find a needle in hay. Use a magnet, damn it. Now take a drink of Kenny's specialty. Someone may say that's not for me. To each their own, will be. Man, Kenny's such a skeptic, drinking skeptical tea. Like and subscribe, everybody turn notifications on. And go watch his show and forget about this song. Mr. Wizard or Bill Nye the Science Guy. Can you remember? You like Kenny better, so head to the Skeptical Help Bar and meet the bartender. Pick up a drink and relax, cause nobody does this better. Not even close, not even a little. He's the one and only Kenny Biddle.
Now we return you to our regular scheduled program in progress.